You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 105 for Bamboozled. This is the 2000 Spike Lee drama film about a guy who decides to start a modern-day minstrel show, Damon Wayans, and he does so that he can help to bring the races together.
He does it initially because he feels like...
it's a kind of a fuck you to the networks, basically.
Right.
And he wants to get fired.
And he wants to get fired.
How'd that work out? So we'll start with Micah and then go around. Like, what were your thoughts on the movie?
I actually enjoyed this movie. I feel like this is Spike Lee at his most Spike Lee-ness. I feel like this is the reason Hollywood doesn't like Spike Lee. I feel like this is like every other Spike Lee movie, incredibly heavy-handed with the metaphors.
You think?
But if you look past all of the Spike Lee like isms in this movie,
Right.
I think I like it because I'm amazed that the underlying theme, once you get through all of Spike Lee preachy bullshit, the underlying theme still resonates today. And I think that's why I give this movie a pass. I think it's underrated. I've been looking at reviews of this movie, and people just were like, "Well, I don't know. He's a little heavy-handed with the metaphors there." Like, it's a Spike Lee movie. I mean,
Sledgehammer might as well be his middle name.
it's produced by 40 Acres and a Mule Production. Like, come on, man.
Spike Lee has never been a subtle director. That's not really his thing.
This movie is incredibly hard to find. We were very lucky that someone had a DVD of it, and it is. If you can find it, I urge you to watch it. It's going to make you uncomfortable, but I urge you to watch it. Yeah.
So, what's your score out of 5?
I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's not a perfect movie, and there's some shit with this movie, but because of the underlying themes, I give this movie. You should watch it. I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. So for me, I probably would go somewhere in that realm, somewhere between a 3.5, between a 3.5 and a 4. And the reason why is because of what you said, which is the underlying themes, right? Like those carry. It absolutely is Spike Lee at his most I could give a shit what you think attitude. Like it really is. I mean, if he came on in the beginning of that movie and was just like, bam, here you go, I'd be like, that seems acceptable. Like, that's exactly what you're getting. And the movie does a lot of things right from the perspective of making you uncomfortable. Because this type of movie, especially the topic, could have easily like veered into this. It could have almost veered into like a sort of world where you think that he is promoting that sort of viewpoint. You know what I mean? Like to the point, but like he does it in a way, and we'll get to it obviously, like he does it in a way by making some of the characters kind of veer in that direction, and other characters are like, what the fuck are you doing? So you realize, okay, he's not actually like condoning it, which it would be a weird sort of thing. All I could think while watching this movie is this is exactly how I feel when I hear people watch Empire. That's exactly how I feel. It is. And
you think Empire really is the cooning of America?
I'll talk about it, but there are a lot of moments, not like we're down in a watermelon patch there, boss. Like not like that. Because one, that seems like an odd place for Terrence Howard to be, him being so light. But
you're saying he would be in the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Beating a woman because he's a garbage person. But one of the things, the whole thing is this idea of him pushing against the media. And you're right. This is why Hollywood hates Spike Lee. Like, this is the movie, dude. Because there is a dramatic drop off of like, Spike Lee is this like Hollywood darling to like, fuck that dude. Put your movie on Amazon, right? Yeah. I think this was the moment where they were just like, oh, fuck us? No, fuck you. And I think you can really see, and you're just like, this is not going to work out well for you. But I see why it's divisive. I see why there are people who hate the movie. I see why there are people who really like it. And I see why there's people in the middle. Like, it's rough. And the scenes of the minstrel show, I was watching it last night and I'm like, this is making me angry. Like, I am not okay with this. But I understand why he did it. And he didn't do it. To his credit, he did not go half measure. He went
quite the opposite.
He went the entire fucking way there. So I appreciated that. So that was kind of cool. Terrence?
I don't fucking like this movie. I don't. Like, I've never liked it. I was the only one that saw this before you guys.
Yeah, I was not keen on seeing this movie at all previously.
This movie, maybe it is the minstrel sections. This movie rubs me the wrong way, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's supposed to, though,
It's supposed to, but, like, not the way... Like, look, I get it. I know. Like, the whole situation where we're always treated like shit all the time. And we present like, directors have us do fucked up shit and, like, white people in blackface and all that other shit. Like, I understand it. This movie isn't for me. No, I mean, like, it's not for me. Like, I get it. This is for, like, white people. To be incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the fact that like it's Spike Lee, so he does what the fuck he does. I just don't fucking like it. Like, it sucks. Like, the direction is not good. I can't stand the underlying music.
It's too much.
Every fucking
scene. It's too much.
Like,
sound mixing is not his forte.
I can't stand that shit.
He needs someone to do it for him. I suppose he does it himself, or if he hires someone to do it, you need to fire that person and get a new person. It's obnoxious.
In all of it, Terry Blanchard, or whatever his name is.
It's obnoxious.
Yeah, that drives me fucking crazy. like to hear that underlying soundtrack in every scene while they're talking, I'm like, I don't need to hear this music right now.
It's like doing it. It's like when people did podcasts in the beginning and everybody's like, I'm going to put music under it. Like,
put a fucking hip hop track on everything. Like,
yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Like, I can't. Well, and it gets annoying. Like, I agree with you. It's the one thing about Spike Lee that really fucking bothers me, because it's not that the music is just there, because in movies they're there and like that's to create ambiance or whatever. I don't have a problem with that.
It don't fit.
Well, not only does it not fit, it's too loud.
Right.
It's way too loud.
I was like, there's a scene that we'll play that I clipped out. I'm like, I can barely hear the people, and it's like, like, why is this so loud?
Fucking sad jazz playing in the background
like,
while Jada Pinkett's talking about cooning and shit.
Right, I'm like, can we just turn this down? Like,
there was a show
four times
on Oprah's show. There's 2 new shows that came out on OWN.
Yeah, the
Queen Sugar and
Queen Sugar. The first episode had this problem, and I have not watched it since.
It's obnoxious.
Like, the music is just so fucking loud underneath the talking. I'm like, why the fuck would I want to watch this?
Right.
But that was one of the problems. The other problem was the direction was terrible. I couldn't stand Damon Wayans' accent.
Oof.
I couldn't stand it. Like, I fucking hate this movie, dude. Like, I do not like it, and I had to watch it.
It also sounds like it sounds to me, and this is just me going over what you said just briefly. It sounds to me like you hate it from like a film perspective, like technical film stuff. Like, you're like, these are the things that are driving me crazy.
Yeah, I don't. It's Spike Lee, dude. Like, you had the money. Do better. I mean, this may have been guerrilla filmmaking, because
I think it was.
It feels like it.
because of the subject matter, but.
Like,
fuck this movie. Dude.
The fact that this movie was distributed through New Line is amazing to me.
Really?
Yeah, it was distributed through New Line.
Well, you know what? But who else gonna distribute it, dude? Like, New Line has a lot of like.
New Line was like Fox in the 90s.
Yeah, they were like, fuck it. Like,
right.
We'll put anything out.
We're trying to make it. Yeah. We'll put anything. We'll put poor white people on TV and make that shit funny. Like, that's what we're trying. We're trying to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, so New Line actually makes total sense. Like, if this movie was done by Canon Films, I would be like, yeah, that's it.
But this was 2000, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's why I'm surprised.
Right, that's fair.
And I think the way the movie looks, it looks like it was shot in like 1985 on a Sony ViewMaster. Or whatever.
It looks like it was shot on a Super 8. Okay,
Right.
But I think that's part of the point, right?
Right. I think that was part of the point.
That was an aesthetic choice, but I didn't like any choices he made in this movie. This is a fucking 1.5 out of 5 for me. I just don't like this movie.
That's fair. Look, but again, like I said, I understand.
Appreciate the subject matter. I really do, but I don't like the movie. Sorry,
but
not good.
Okay, so I think that's a good point. Is this movie draws serious fucking feelings? There's no one watch this movie like it was fine.
No,
no, you're like, no, I think this actually did a good job, or not even did a good job, but he's really trying to push something, or I want to burn this movie to the ground. And I understand that. And from the aesthetic choices and the subject matter, it makes sense why it was so divisive. It really does. That being said, and this is my first time seeing it because I was just like, no, this does not appeal to me at the time. I was 20. I was like, I'm just going to, hang out with my friends. I don't want to watch this movie. It's about a minstrel show that's going to make me fucking angry. But watching it at 37, you really do get to see, for me, I guess I kind of felt a couple times I was thinking of the shows that I watch, and I'm like, shit is kind of lining up in a lot of ways that makes me really not okay with it. And I couldn't help but think, Empire just kept ringing in my fucking head.
Have you seen Empire?
I have seen clips of it, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And look, I'll talk about the Empire thing right off the bat. So before we even get into the plot, the reason why Empire is so strong in my mind when I watch this is because Empire has the whole draw of that show was because it's less popular now, right? It's kind of falling off.
Incredibly less popular,
right? Yeah. And I have a theory about that. So the draw of the show was this black family, and they got their drama, but they're making it and everything else, and so black people are yeah, that seems cool, and that's the initial draw. But then you see characters that sort of peak out as the mainstays, right? Cookie is obviously the big character everybody likes, but Cookie is popular because Cookie is a massive black woman stereotype. She's sassy. She don't take no shit. She's willing to physically fight and all these other things. And I'm like, well, that seems kind of fucked up on the surface, right? And I'm like, I'm not okay with that. And I think black people were like, all right, that's cool. And she's strong and all this other stuff. But then I feel like the popularity of that show started to drop off when white people started watching it and they started laughing at it and not with it. I think black people were like, oh, okay, the trial and tribulations of being black. And then when white people were like, ha ha ha, look how Cookie is smacking her ass and all this other shit. Black people were like, whoa, I'm not laughing at the show. And I feel like black people started to fucking peel off of that show. And the only people I hear who watch that show are not black people at this point. And to me, it kind of feels is the reason why they're into it because of those stereotypes? The movie tries to make this point of are you laughing with us or you laughing at us? And in the beginning, it's no, I'm laughing with you. And then it's but wait, y'all not really laughing with us because we're not laughing anymore. And then you're still laughing. Mm-hmm. And so I feel Empire and shows like that and movies like that, I get a really visceral feeling. And Soul Plane is another one. The Medea movies are another one. I just get this visceral reaction. I'm just I can't. I've never seen Soul Plane. I've never seen it. I don't plan on seeing it. We're not doing it. Period. We're never doing that movie. Because that movie
we run out of black movies.
Then the show ends. The show ends. That's it. And Soul Plane, so if we do Soul Plane, yeah, I'm trying a hard lie at Soul Plane of all movies. But if we do Soul Plane, that's it. At the end of the episode, I will pull out 3 pistols and we will blow our brains out on YouTube. That will be the end of this. This experiment is over. So that's why I keep mentioning Empire, because I feel like that. And look, I could be wrong, but that's just my impression of that, sort of, because it is a big part of this movie of are white people laughing with us or are they laughing at us? And to me, I feel things like Empire or Soul Plane and all those things, they're laughing at us. They're not laughing with us at all. So, look, again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Empire is this great character study in the black family, but when I see Cookie smash a plate over fucking that asshole's head on a commercial, I'm like, this is not.
When you see Cookie fighting with Boo Boo Kitty, you're not.
See, Is that a real person?
What's up, Boo Boo Kitty?
All right. So he's just here, asshole.
Just make it up.
Yeah,
No, I'm not making anything up. That's what he calls Lucius's former ex.
Oh, right.
See,
that's right.
you know
I
what?
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junebug. Like, I mean, come on, dude. These names. Like,
I mean, that's
I mean, look, the name. That's a whole other subject.
isn't it?
that's part of that.
That's part of our culture.
Fucking culture. Like I
I got a cousin named Duty.
See, I ain't. Nah,
He used to call me Booba. I got a cousin named Day Day. I got like that's just
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Booba?
Look, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, guess what your name is on this show from now on. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know why it won't ever be that? Because as a grown man, I can't call you
I
that.
couldn't do that. Like
I feel like don't do that.
At work, there's somebody.
Call me Booba, nigga.
Like I work with a bunch of different branches at work, and in the Atlanta branch, there's a tech that we send out from time to time. His name is Horace. Like his nickname is Peanut. I'm like, I'm not fucking calling the grown man Peanut. I'm not fucking doing it.
No.
Like, yeah, we're gonna send Peanut out on this. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, Horace. I'm sending Horace.
I'm not calling you
I'm not
Peanut.
fucking calling you Peanut. That's just I don't like nicknames. I don't do nicknames.
Or even if your nickname, like, look, if your nickname is reasonable, fine. I'm not going to call you like, yo, Day-Day, hook up this router for me. Like, no,
like,
dog. Like, get out
other
of here.
people have no issues with that. I mean, that's part of our fucking culture, man.
Yeah,
I've never been like, don't fucking shorten my name.
Yeah, I would never call you Terry.
No, I fucking hate that. I might kick you in the face. If you call me that. I do not like that name at all.
It's just like,
And it
like
doesn't
I would
even
just
shorten-
love to have like just clips playing right now where Terrence is like, I'm not a violent person. Don't call me Terry. I'll fucking kill you. Like, wow.
Like,
that seems
first of all,
overly
I'm a completely docile person.
I am.
Oh, are you Terry?
trying to fucking murder you.
First of all, like it doesn't shorten my name. Only on paper. Think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's two
doesn't.
syllables.
Exactly. So no, my name is Terrence. That's it. No nicknames. Just Terrence.
My name is Jay. It's where you going? Like, where are you going? Like, oh, I'm gonna shorten it to what?
Andy calls you JJ.
Yeah, like why you adding shit? You adding
Twice as long.
Yeah, you adding shit. Oh shit. By the way, I don't like that. I don't care for that. The lovely Latino women at the cafeteria at my job call me that, and I'm like, well, look, your English isn't very good, so I'm not gonna say anything. But like, don't do that.
Why JJ? What the fuck?
I don't know. They saw Good Times one time, and they were just like, fucking yeah.
I know Mike.
Like,
All right.
yeah, dude. If they did that, I'd be like, no bueno. Like,
He's like, I'm gonna get you fucking fired.
yeah, like,
Get out of
where's
here.
your Muslim boss who's kind of an asshole? Like, I'll tell him. All right, so let's get into this movie. It's a good start, by the way. Yeah. Not bad. Okay, so by the way, before we get started, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are in a new studio. So we are doing this. Our other shows in the TMP Studios Network, the Nerdopocalypse, is also on video now. There'll be clips on their YouTube page as well. All three of us are on that show. Well, I don't know why I'm talking as if there are other people. But we're in the studio, and I want to give a shout out to my buddy Sam at 2 Bolt Studios, who built this desk, which is fucking awesome. And I forgot to say it on the other show.
I really like this desk.
It's gorgeous, and it's really heavy.
Yes,
It's really
it is
fucking heavy.
very fucking heavy.
Yeah. So shout out to him. If you want handmade furniture out of reclaimed wood and steel, check out 2 Bolt Studios on Instagram. Anyway, okay. So the movie opens with Pierre Delacroix, played by Damon Wayans, known Frenchman. Can we just quickly talk about this accent?
No, I don't want to.
I mean, it is.
He's supposed to be like a Harvard-educated guy, but he's putting on this accent.
I thought he was supposed to be playing a Haitian or something.
Right.
You know what
No,
I mean?
he's just a black dude from like Harlem.
You're just some nigga from New York. I am dead ass. Like what the fuck? You know, like what the fuck? Like, no, it's very distracting. I don't understand. I don't understand the. But again, that might be more Spike Lee bullshit. Like
Yeah, it's like he's putting on that this white accent.
Right.
He's an Oreo, basically.
Right. And
you
And it's
can't.
like
You can't
super,
like.
what the fuck is this?
he
man?
could have just played it. He could have just done an educated guy speak. Like this weird French thing just
Yeah.
didn't make any sense to me.
Right.
It upset me quite a bit. Like that was the first thing I heard. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And like, oh, so he's gonna do this the entire movie? Okay, fuck off. That
So
was strike one.
like there's just like we're already in. We're from 5 stars to 4 stars. Like boom already. And I do want to keep track of the names of the characters because I think that's important, by the way. So there's Pierre. So, we'll look at the other names as we go along. So it opens with Pierre doing the fucking dolly slide around his apartment. He lives in a clock tower. Okay. Why? Because it's fucking Gargoyles, the goddamn cartoon? I don't know. Which, by the way, I would totally live in a clock tower apartment. It seems cool. So he lives in a clock tower apartment, and he's doing this dolly slide, and he's talking to the camera about how he's this television executive, but nobody is watching TV anymore because of the advent of the internet and just young people spending more time doing other things, right?
And
so
2000.
Yeah, which is funny to say, right? Like people aren't on watching TV anymore because of the internet. I'm like,
that was fucking 17
years
ago. I
ago.
don't
Like
think that's right just yet.
But it must have made an impact to some degree in 2000. Just think what it is now in 2017.
Right.
People don't even have televisions. They're like, yeah, there's the internet. Why would I even bother? So that's kind of an interesting thing, time-wise. So we meet him. He's obviously the main character. Then we get a scene of two other characters, Womack and Man Ray, who are played by Tommy Davidson and Savion Glover. And immediately, I couldn't remember that guy's name, but I was like, oh, it's the guy from Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk. That's immediately what I knew him from. Like, he's a super talented dancer.
Dude.
Thank you.
That's what
That's a nigga that tap dance.
You two uncultured people.
Was he in Rent? I don't know.
Yes, he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was he in
Did they
Cats?
tap dancing?
They do some sort of tap dancing in Rent,
I've
but
never
I've
been
never
to a
seen
play.
Cats, and every clip I've ever seen, I'm like, I would rather put a gun in my mouth.
Seems very gay. Like it just does.
I don't even know gay as much as just irritating. Like, I'm like, why are you dressed like cats? Yeah, I get the name. I understand. This is dumb. Like, if it was called Dogs and it was people dressed up in dog outfits, I'd be like, equally as dumb. Like, it's not anything specific against cats. It's just stupid. So Womack and Man Ray are two homeless gentlemen who basically literally tap dance and sing for money. And they do so outside all over the city, I suppose. But they also do it outside of CNS, which is a network channel. And that's where Pierre works. So
Continental Network Systems.
yeah,
That was the name of the station.
Yeah, it was weird.
What the fuck?
I'm like, just say a TV station. Don't even bother. So Pierre comes in and he's late for this big like company wide meeting where his boss is played by known black culture enthusiast and Micah's favorite actor, Michael Rapaport, who plays a character named Thomas Dunwitty. Micah, you want to talk to us? You want to talk to us about your thoughts? And by the way, we have a clip coming up of Mr. Dunwitty talking to Pierre. So do you want to give your thoughts on Michael Rapaport?
Mr. Dumbwhitey is not.
I mean,
acting.
literally, that's the reason why that's his name.
Right.
It is. It absolutely is.
I'm not a fan of Michael Rapaport.
Well, just why don't you look right into the camera in case he's watching?
In case you're watching, I find that you are a fraud. You are a charlatan, and you are not black. I don't appreciate you. And look, this is the thing. I really think that this character is Michael Rapaport.
Oh, I don't even think he
Like,
had a
he's
script.
not-
He didn't
right.
have a script. They were just like, "Do you, Michael?" And he was
Right.
like, "Nigga." I was like,
Nigga, what? It's just a word, huh? I'm married to a black woman. I could say I got half nigga kids, so I can say nigga because I'm half a nigga. I'm more nigga than you are. Look, I got these niggas up on my board. All athletes, by the way.
Yep.
Look at all these niggas I got up in here. Do you know who that nigga is? Nigga? No, nigga. You're not. No. Stop it. I hate you. I fucking hate you. I hate that guy, man. I really do.
I feel like in the beginning, I was like, oh, it's Michael Rapaport. That guy's all right. And then, like, the more I started watching films as an adult, I was like, hey, it's Michael Rapaport. That guy's a racist.
Yes, yo.
Like,
He is.
like he's
I'm just keeping it 100. No, bitch, it's 100. That's how you pronounce that word.
That's
it
not
doesn't
how-
make me white because I accentuate my words.
like
Bitch.
You seem angry.
I hate that guy, man. And he's not even like a stellar actor. Every Michael Rapaport movie you've seen, he's always played that character, even in Higher Learning, where he played a white nigga Nazi. He played a white nigga Nazi, yo.
I'd push back on one movie he didn't play that character. It's a movie called Super that he did.
I didn't see it, but I heard it's good. I'll never know because he's in it.
Look, I'll give you a little bit of an incentive to watch it. He plays a guy.
Does he die?
Yes.
When?
He dies at the end. But, no, hold for Michael Rapaport slander. He thinks that he's a superhero, and he proceeds to like do superhero heroics and proceeds to get his ass kicked the entire movie. Good. Just beaten up, running into walls. He has black eyes the entire time. Worth a watch.
Did I see that? What? He has black eyes the entire time? That's why he did it. Because he wants to be black so bad that he wanted to get his ass kicked so he could have black eyes.
Close enough.
Okay.
What superhero was he emulating?
Oh, no, he just thought he had superpowers.
Which powers?
Oh,
is it vampire killing powers?
No.
Is it lightning powers?
All the black hero powers?
Right. Does he have a cape that protects him? And he's trying to kill Jason Wynn. That's Spawn.
Okay, I was like, I don't know who that is.
I was about to say, what?
it was a very specific, deep black hero cut. Yeah, so that movie, Michael Rapaport gets beaten up a lot, so you should see
Super.
it.
Who else is in that?
I don't remember.
What's his name? Rainn Wilson?
No. That's a different movie, but they have the same name. I think they're both called Super. But
I don't like that guy, man. Like seriously, what did you think of Michael Rapaport in this movie?
I'm not sure I ever wanted to punch a person in the face more in a movie, like translated into real life. Like Michael Rapaport either is the greatest actor or he's not acting, right?
He's not acting.
And I don't think he's acting. I think Michael Rapaport has said, in reality, I am more blacker than you are. To a black person.
How dare you? Don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
Don't.
White people who do that, look, in all seriousness, when you say that, what you're saying is, I know more I act more stereotypical black according to racist antics, is what you're really saying. You're not blacker than me. To quote Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, black is not what I'm trying to be, black is what I am. So you can't be black because you're not. That's how it works. Michael Rapaport, Rachel Dolezal, you're either born black or you're not.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, I get it. We're cooler than you. We can dance. We can cook. We can do all of these things. We set the trends for American culture. We set the trends for the world culture. I get all that. Sorry. I guess we had to go through our families being slaves and all that other shit to get to that level or whatever the fuck. But it is what it is.
Being black is not a fad.
It's not.
And people like that really, and he move on. Let's move on.
Your attitude towards Michael Rapaport was so bad that my dog literally got up and was like, I gotta.
That's why I said just move on.
He was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Because your dog looked like he was coming over there to try to protect you.
Yeah, he was like, this nigga's crazy. And he gets to say it because, he's earned it, right? Just like Michael Rapaport.
Right, because he's in a black family.
Yeah, that's right.
Your dog is more black than Michael Rapaport because he has brown fur.
That is true. And he's got 2 nigga kids. What the fuck? By the way, if you're white and you're married to a black person, also doesn't make you black.
Right.
My wife, not black.
Right.
Does not. And guess what? She doesn't say that shit either. Because I'd be like, whoa. Slow down. Slow down. So at this point, Dunwitty is like, he kind of calls out Pierre during this meeting because Pierre's late. And he's like, yeah, you're late, blah, 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 all this shit. And he's after the meeting, he's like, look, I want to see you in my office, right? And so he leaves the meeting. Pierre leaves the meeting, and he meets up with his secretary, Sloan. Again, Pierre Sloan, 2 black people. Okay. And he's mad at her, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, by the way. He's mad at her because she didn't tell him when the meeting was. She didn't know or some shit like that.
Right.
which is kind of an interesting thing. She was like, well, his secretary didn't tell me about it, which was kind of funny because I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, like that just happens. But I think it's because he's the only other black person. And so they were keeping him excluded. I think that was the whole point of that. Yeah. But there's a lot of like in between the lines kind of things that happen in this movie. So I thought that was interesting. So we go to the meeting that Mr. Dunwitty has with Pierre. And so we have that clip.
Do you know what CP time is? CP time. CP time is colored people's time. The stereotypical belief that Negroes are always late, that Negroes have no sense of time except when it comes to music or dance, then you can set your watch to them.
I'm sorry about my blow up.
Hey, it's okay, I understand.
Listen, let's sit down. Look, I know you're the most creative person I've got on staff. I mean, you're hip, you know what's happening. I got a bunch of pasty-ass white boys and girls writing for me, you know what I mean? You know, I grew up around black people my whole life. I mean, if the truth be told, I probably know niggas better than you. And don't go getting offended by my use of the quote-unquote N-word. I have a black wife and 2 biracial kids, so I feel I have a right. I don't give a goddamn what that prick Spike Lee says. Tarantino was right. Nigger is just a word. If old dirty bastard could use it every other word, why can't I?
Well, I would prefer if you did not use that word in my presence.
Oh, really? Nigger, 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 nigger. Whitey! The material you've been writing for me, it's too white bread. It's white people with black faces. The Huxtables, Cosby, a genius, revolutionary. Theo, Lisa Bonet, Del. But we can't go down that road again.
I disagree. The Negro middle class does exist, and it's fertile ground for a dramatic series or even a sitcom.
Look at this stuff I'm having to read. A black family moves into a white middle class suburban enclave. This is shit. A black girl is adopted by some chink American family.
They were Polynesian.
Yeah. A black headmaster is hired at some old money, crusty Eastern boarding school. Garbage. It's too clean. It's too antiseptic. It's too white. Delacroix. Wake up, brother man. The reason why these shows didn't get picked up is because nobody, and I mean no motherfucking body, niggers and crackers alike wants to see that junk. People want to be entertained.
The reason why it didn't get picked up is because no one gave it a chance.
Really? No one gave them a chance? You got your head stuck so far up your ass with your Harvard education and your bullshit pretentious Buffy ways? Brother man, I'm blacker than you. I'm keeping it real. I'm about it. I got the robe. You're just fronting trying to be white.
I'm an Oreo.
Yeah.
A sellout.
Yeah.
Because I don't aspire to do some Homeboys from Outer Space, The Secret Diary of Desmond Piper, or, as you may put it, some nigger show. Is that what you think?
Yes, that's exactly what I think. You and I know that black people set the trends, set the styles. This is a golden opportunity for CNS, but these idiots have to be led to the water. We could do this together. I want a show that will make headlines. I want millions and millions of viewers tuned and glued to their fucking televisions every week saying, did you see what the fuck they were doing on CNS last night? I want advertisers sucking my dick to buy on this show. You understand? And I'm going to squeeze it out of you if it kills you.
Okay, so there you go. Thoughts on that clip? I mean, how much did you want to strangle Michael Rapaport in that moment?
Delacroix, I don't even want to talk about that motherfucker. Delacroix says that the black middle class exists and it's ripe for opportunity to create dramas or even sitcoms. This is what I think happened. I think Spike Lee might have stumbled into genius with this movie because you think about some of the more popular shows out now. One, what's Blackish? Black middle class upper middle class family moving into a white neighborhood, and the father is concerned that maybe his kids aren't black enough. But like that's Blackish, and it's one of the best shows on television. Yeah. We were talking about Queen Sugar. Like that's one of the best shows. That's a critically acclaimed show. Right. People tell me Greenlight or Greenleaf. Greenleaf is a good show,
but they're not middle class.
They're not middle class, but you get what I'm saying. Like these are
successful
black comedies and dramas being put on television. Some of them even network television, where they have the most eyes.
Yeah,
which is what's blowing my mind about this movie.
And that's one of the things I thought about when I was watching this. Like, what was this movie like watching in 2000 versus watching it in 2017, right? Because the world has changed significantly in 17 years.
Yeah.
Significantly.
That's true.
If the top show, think about it. Is it ABC that has Blackish? Right?
Yeah.
That's ABC. ABC has a show with an all-black family, an all-Asian family, an all-Jewish family, and a family of like a mixture of all of these things.
They have
something for everyone.
They literally have like a show where I think a boy is thinking about transitioning.
Yes.
They literally check every single box.
And I think there's one where a kid has like a handicap. Or that might be the same.
I think it's the same show.
That's the same show. The world is so profoundly different, right? Because you also have to remember this is coming at a time, right? Like timing also matters, right? Like this is coming at a time where black movies, like our next movie that we're gonna do, which we won't spoil for you, but black movies, all of the characters are like lawyers and doctors and all of that world exists at the same time as this movie, right? And it's like kind of just starting like to go that way. So you have like he might have stumbled onto something like if this movie came out in 2017, might have done better. Because people would have been like, oh, I get it now because here are these examples that make sense. Right. Where there were far less of those, right? But, toning down the music choices.
I'm sorry, man. Again, the subject is very good, but the movie, dude.
Right, but you're talking about like the technicalities of the movie are the problem. Which is fair. Because look, the fucking music, I'm like, please stop doing that. Like, please stop.
Like that same fucking Stevie Wonder song.
Yes.
The whole movie.
Dude, we get it. You're a really big Stevie fan. We get it. Look, we all like Stevie Wonder. It's fine. Pick something else.
But do you think
there's other music that's been invented
would have made a larger impact like if it came out next month?
I think
in Donald Trump's America? It would certainly make an impact. I don't know what that impact would be. But I think
feel like there may be riots.
I think white people would have lost their fucking minds. Oh shit, Sunday coming for us. Like
I think I see what you're saying because I don't think if this movie wasn't well received in 2000, I think it wouldn't be well received in 2017, but for different reasons.
Yes, I agree with that.
And I think that with this, you fucking millennials, this
movie would be problematic as fuck, dude.
Yeah, like
holy
you
shit.
could just call it problematic from the title alone. Like you couldn't have that title and that poster up.
That logo?
Oh, yeah, that logo.
Oh no.
Here's
picking
why
and eating
Bamboozled
watermelon?
is problematic.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Right, like they would miss. I mean, and that's the thing is the first image. If it's like Mantown and Sleep and Eat in blackface, they'd be like, "What? Nope, we're out." Protest, not seeing it against it. Like, yeah, but it's actually making a point about sorry. So I'm going to take my unicorn frappuccino and get the fuck out of here. This is unacceptable. And I don't like it because I'm a millennial and I don't really take time to learn shit. I just react.
I don't even know what a frappuccino is.
It's
an adult beverage. It's an adult
like
candy.
It's like putting ice cream in coffee.
Yeah, that's arguably true. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Sounds fucking disgusting.
It's way too sweet. And look, you keep drinking those things, you're going to be 400 pounds. Like they have like 1,000 calories.
It's amazing how we delve into subtlety. Like everybody wants to be subtle. Like everyone likes subtlety nowadays, but at the same time, no one is subtle.
That's a very good point, actually. Like, yeah, it's like, this notion of like we need to look at the nuance of things,
right.
and
there's no such thing as new. Like everyone wants to be nuanced, but they're not.
Right?
No, they preach nuance and they react super broadly about everything.
Well, we're a headline generation, right?
Yeah,
all
that's
we
very
do
true.
is read the headlines, and nobody reads the story.
Yeah, that's why Bamboozled would be problematic as fuck because people would be like, "Oh, what's the title? Bamboozled? Oh, let me see the poster. Nope." Out. And then you'd be like, but wait, okay.
This one, and I've seen this movie multiple times. As much as I've hated it, I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. Like my brother loved it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm watching it last night, and I'm like 15 minutes into it. And I'm like, yeah, I actually kind of like this movie. Like, I feel like it's doing what it set out to do. Like, I get why people would be fucking pissed.
It absolutely accomplished its goal, but like, fuck this movie.
There you go. Fair enough.
I just do not like it. It just gives me just this, like, it makes
it's a visceral reaction.
Skin itch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So
Does
then,
it make your skin itch because you know that people are like this in real life?
Who? Like, what characters?
Like
all of them.
Like there would be a couple of guys who would do this if given the opportunity.
What's that fucking sheriff's name?
Oh,
yeah.
That black dude? Yeah.
Sheriff Ballsack Chin.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, sorry.
I could easily see him doing some bullshit like this, but I don't know anyone.
Of course not, but you know
no, if you knew someone, beat them up. Like, you're allowed.
Yeah, I could actually probably, yeah. I don't
like,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I
but
never even thought
comedian,
about
like,
that,
but comedians, like, could you see a black comedian doing this type of shit? I could, absolutely.
I don't know which one.
And then you get into
I don't know, but I'm just saying, I could totally, I'm sure they could find someone.
Like, at one point in his career, I could see Kenan Thompson doing this.
You know, it's
not now, but
like what, during Good Burger time?
like
when he first made it to Saturday Night Live, or what?
Like, just coming out of between his stint with Kel and Saturday Night Live.
In that middle ground, trying to find himself.
In that middle ground, yeah, I could probably see him.
Okay.
Maybe not minstrel show, but like you get like there's this whole thing with comedians now. Like, I ain't trying to wear no dress. I don't want to play a woman in a skit, and I get that because I ain't trying to wear no dress either.
Look, I get it. I get the argument, but the argument is never made from a perspective that is normal. It is always made from a perspective. They only make us wear a dress. No, they fucking don't. Almost every comedian of every race does it, dude. I hate that fucking argument. It is such bullshit. They only make black comedians do it. That's not fucking true. It's not.
I think the dress thing is
And my dog is freaking out. Go sit down.
I think the dress thing is the proper analogy nowadays to this minstrel show thing.
I suppose, but like I said, that argument makes me insane. I'm like, just make the argument that you don't want to wear the dress. Don't make a false argument of like, it's only us. No, it's only us. It's not.
The argument is that, like, through history, they've always wanted to emasculate black men.
Right. I get that.
Right. So I understand where they're coming from. Nigga, I just don't want to fucking, like you said, I just don't want to wear a dress.
Right. Just make that argument. Right. Like, just make that argument. My thing is, there's enough bullshit in the world. You don't have to make up bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, just go with the shit that's real and be like, I don't want to do these things. Okay. Don't be like, no, here's a couple of facts that just don't exist, and here's some alternative facts I have. Well, they're just fucking made up. They're just fucking made up. Drives me fucking crazy. I cannot stand that.
But I don't know if I don't know of any comedians that I watch that would do this.
I would never watch those type of comedians. But the funny thing is in watching this movie, and it's like, oh, you know, they make reference to like, oh, we'll do a variety show like In Living Color. And I was kind of like, oh, okay. But when the way they mention it, it's like a minstrel show is like has all of these things, just like In Living Color. And I'm like, well, yeah. and look, this is gonna be fucked up. But it's true. In the 90s, is Tommy Davidson's characters that he plays, is it any different than what the fuck he did in the movie? It's not really. He just didn't wear blackface. One could make an argument. Like when he's doing his like fucking shucking and jiving and shit, it's like those are things he does in other movies. Like he's not really making up a new character. Those are characters that he's done. Which I thought like clearly, I don't think they picked it. They didn't pick him because of that. But it was kind of weird because I'm like, but you do that. Like, it's kind of weird. And I'm not even mad at him because I've laughed at those things. So I'm a giant hypocrite. So I can't say too much about it. But like, is it that fucking different? I would argue it isn't. So, and that's one of the things the movie brings up to me, at least, is like, where's the line, right? Is the line, we can laugh along with this? Or is it when they start laughing at us, then it becomes I mean, obviously, blackface is definitely the line, right? It's a very large black line, right?
I would like to think so.
Yeah, like, you know, you got to put that one out there.
Like a black dude wearing blackface.
Like, this is
really fucking
highly
inappropriate.
Like, guys, I am not okay with this.
Yeah.
But
Which is his whole point.
right, but like, is something like In Living Color, could that fall under this banner?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think.
Is it? But is it?
Well,
hold on. One question: is it because it was run by black people?
no, I think that In Living Color was.
Which I loved, by the way.
Yeah, I think we all liked In Living Color. It was groundbreaking. It was a variety show.
And it was fucking
For
hilarious.
us, by us.
Right. It was the FUBU. It was the FUBU of variety shows. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Right. I think the other show that he calls out in that clip, Homeboys in Outer Space.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I was like, damn, dude, my name. Like,
Yeah, that show was bullshit.
Yes.
It really
that
was
look.
bullshit.
That is black people Star Trek, guys. That's as good as it gets for black sci-fi.
Fuck you.
That's as high as it gets
The
for us.
thing is,
Shit is offensive.
yeah, Homeboys in Outer Space.
Think of the title is Homeboys.
That was on fucking UPN.
You pick a nigga, as Paul Mooney says later in the movie.
Yeah. Was that directed by white people? Was that
I
like?
gotta believe that was.
At least it was
created
written by white people, dude.
I gotta believe in my heart of hearts that no black people would title a show "Homeboys in Outer Space."
Was it with the Z?
Who knows? Who cares?
All right,
it's
that's right.
Homeboys, niggas up there.
No, but here's the thing. Like, see, you can't say that because we had Boys in the Hood. That was John Singleton.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Well, yeah, and which would be short for Homeboys. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you guys look it up, and I'll keep moving. So at this point, Mr. Dumb Whitey says, like, look, I need you to come up with a new show based on that clip that we saw, right? And one, I would have thrown Mr. Dumb-Witty right out of that fucking 20-story building, like right in that scene. I'd be like, look, you got to stop saying nigga, yo. Like, it's really pissing me off. Like, I'm going to uppercut you or I'm going to quit. One of the two, maybe both of these things are going to happen right now. Please stop talking.
Yeah, none of these people, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but none of these people that directed this show are black. I can tell by these fucking names.
Right, Albert Alcar.
Except for Glenn Turman. He directed an episode,
Oh,
apparently.
come on, man. He's the uncle of a friend of mine. Incidentally, growing up.
Man.
Cooley High, Glenn Turman.
That's what the fuck was his problem.
Flex and Daryl Ball.
Maybe he had a cable bill due.
He was like, oh, what's the show? All right, they meet space aliens with big booties, I guess. I don't
Maybe
know.
he was doing Daryl Bell a favor.
Yeah.
Van Lowe. Who the fuck? Yeah, that's not that. Nope.
So anyway, he's like, look, I need you to come up with some better black shows. I need you to not do Cosby clones, as he calls them, right? Which is interesting because one of the most popular shows on TV is Blackish, which you could argue is a Cosby clone.
It absolutely is.
But for a new generation, right? Like they address things, and I think Blackish does a better job of addressing things more upfront than the Cosbys did, right? They were trying to normalize. They had two different agendas too, right? The Cosby Show was there to normalize black people to white people, where Blackish is like not just normalizing. It does to some extent, but it's there to show like this idea of like black people can make it and be successful, and they have the same.
Black people don't fit your stereotypes.
Thank you. That's actually a better way of saying it.
I've never seen Blackish. I still haven't seen it.
You should. It's actually a very good show.
Every clip that I see, I'm like, that's a really good clip, but that shit sounds really preachy.
Like, but like, you know what it does is every episode has like a 1 or 2 minute moment like that. But for the most part, the show is just a fucking funny sitcom with these kids who are just like, we live kind of like rich, privileged lives. And the dad's like, taking you back to Compton, son. Like that's all it is. But he's also rich, so he's like, gotta buy these $500 Jordans. Like it's actually a very good show. I think it's actually one of the best shows on TV.
Everybody loves it, but I'm like, I don't.
It's funny. I mean, you saw Barbershop 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same writer.
Kenya Barris.
Yeah, Kenya Barris, right. So while Pierre is at home in bed trying to come up with an idea, he wakes up in the middle of the night, and Sloane also wakes up in the middle of the night at her apartment, and they're both like, eureka. We have an idea. We're going to use Man Ray, the tap dancing guy, for a show. And so they meet up, Sloane and Pierre meet up the next day to discuss how they're going to use Man Ray to push a show that Mr. Dumb Whitey will like. So we have that clip. For Terrence's sake, pay attention to the music because it's obnoxious. And also you get to hear sort of how they plan on sort of manipulating the situation that they're in. So here's that clip and we'll come right back.
Do you know how you use them?
Dunwitty wants a coon show, so that's what I intend to give him. The show will be so negative, so offensive and racist. Hence, I will prove my point.
Which is what?
The point being that him, the network, does not want to see Negroes on television unless they are buffoons.
Well, they definitely do not want to see dignified black people.
No,
I mean, they proved that by canceling your show, Brown Nose Jones, which was brilliant.
Yes.
After 13 episodes, they canceled it.
Against Seinfeld, they didn't have a chance.
I don't know, Pierre. I really don't. It still sounds very risky.
You are not getting cold feet on me, are you?
No, I'm down with you.
Good, because I'm going to need your undying support, ma'am.
Have you ever thought about just quitting?
Quitters quit. Besides, I'll get sued. I have a contract. The only way I get out of that is if I get fired. And that is what I intend to do. What? You've seen my place down at the clock tower. I've got a mortgage.
So there you go. So that's the basic plot, right? Which is, or that's their particular plot, which is they're trying to use the show as a way to kind of piss off the network. So one, that Pierre gets fired so he can go do something else.
Yeah.
And they're also using it as a way to kind of like, haha, we'll show you white people. Like, you know, this will be so offensive that, you know, you wanted this nigga show. Well, here, it was not going to be Homeboys in Outer Space. It's going to be something way past that. Which ends up, of course, blowing up in their face. Mm-hmm. Because of what we'll talk about later, but that idea of people are not laughing with you, they're laughing at you, right? So they bring in Man Ray and Womack, and they're like, oh, you know, we got this idea for a show, you know, and Man Ray is like, yeah, I'm hungry. So where do I sign up? Like, I get food and money? Like, let's do it. And it's funny, Tommy Davidson's character, Womack, is like, whoa, slow down, buddy. Like, he at least had the forethought, like don't fucking sign up for anything. Don't be an idiot, which he's clearly the brains of the operation. And then they're like, all right, cool, we're going to get you like some clothes and we're going to work on this idea. And they're only sort of telling them like half truths, right? Like, which to me, a half truth is a whole lie. That's all that means. Right. So they're not really quite telling them what the show is all about. But instead they are kind of like, look, it'll be, you know, it'll feature you guys and you guys will be like top shit and it'll be great. And so they're like, all right, cool, we're going to give you clothing and food and everything else so you can agree to come aboard. And they do. So then Sloane is headed home and we get to meet her brother, played by Mos Def, which I was like, oh, Mos Def is in this movie. Yeah, like, random as fuck. Somebody listened to Black on Both Sides and was like, I really like this album. Let's put that guy in the movie. Because didn't that come out in 2000, I think? Yeah. I guarantee Spike Lee was like, this movie or this album is conscious as shit. Put this guy in. Like, and
plus
so
he was in like commercials before he got into it. Before he was
really,
actually, yeah, he was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Was it like it was a commercial with Deion Sanders? Was it a credit card commercial?
Probably.
That's
probably. Yeah, you look up like Mos Def in commercials. He was in a couple commercials.
I didn't know that.
He was an actor before he became. Well, he was on television.
Known as an actor first.
Yeah. Well, known.
Yeah. In quotes, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was just like, that was like, this is a random casting, which won't be the weirdest rap casting in this movie, incidentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another one, which is funny. So her brother's name, Mos Def's character's name, is Big Black Africa. No C's in Black or Africa, by the way. Big Black Africa, and he makes a hilarious argument. He's like, yeah, that's my name. That's the name I chose for myself. He's like, you don't call Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay. You call him Muhammad Ali because it's disrespectful. And she's like, yeah, but your name is Big Black Africa. Like, I don't want to call you that because I don't want to call a grown man Day Day. You know, same idea, right? And so he's like, he's kind of militant. He's a little bit of a Hotepish vibe about him.
A little bit. Like, he's Hotep without the misogyny.
That we know of. I would argue. Yeah. I feel like those two things are impossible. You cannot be a Hotep and also have total respect for women. I just fundamentally disagree.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, like
it doesn't work.
Yeah. If you refer to random women that you've never met as queens and shit, look,
you think
your issue with women goes very deeply.
If you think Serena Williams is a bed wench, then yeah, you a Hotep.
I want to stab you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right in your stupid face.
I don't like any of that.
Oh yeah, she's selling out because she's getting married to a white guy.
Because no niggas wanted to marry her.
Yeah. Sorry. But I can't believe she wanted to marry a white guy. But by the way, 2 months earlier, that bitch looked like a man. All right. Well then, all right. Like what? I'm not sure really what you want. I'm really not sure. So he's also the leader. Big Black Africa is also the leader of. I put a Hotep rap group called the Mau Mouse. One of the rappers in the group is so there's Big Black Africa. There is one of the rappers' names is Mo Black, and then one of the other rappers is 1/16 Black, played by MC Search from Third Base, which I didn't know that was him. But in reading the Wikipedia, I was like, that was MC Search. And then I looked at the character. I was like, 1/16 Black? Like, I burst out laughing. That's just funny.
Charlie Baltimore was in there.
Was she?
Yeah, she was smooth black.
Was that her? Wow. Here's how long it's been since I've seen Charlie Baltimore. And Charlie Baltimore has been relevant in literally anything. Wow. I did not recognize her. That's really funny.
Why is her name Charlie Baltimore?
She's not from Baltimore.
She's from Philly.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that all about?
Maybe her real name, or maybe her last name is Baltimore. I don't know.
Maybe her first name is Chuck.
Her real name is Tiffany Lane.
How the fuck did you go?
Yeah, that's why. No wonder why she called it.
Maybe she bought her first bit of heroin in Baltimore. That would make sense. Oh, poor Charlie Baltimore. Did she? Sorry, I apologize to all the Charlie Baltimore fans out there. I don't mean to slander her. Is she going to see this?
Damn.
Can you imagine? She writes back like,
she might see it. She ain't got shit else to do.
Oh, like, fuck you, nigga. I'm on YouTube. Like, what's up, Charlie? Sorry. Didn't she date Biggie for a while?
Who knows?
So. She dated.
I thought she was involved with Biggie. Is that not true?
I don't know if it was Biggie.
Okay.
It was some other dude, some other nigga. What's his name?
Some other nigga. Mo Black. Like black, 1/16 Black.
1/16
Big Black African.
Producer. He was a producer that, what's his name, beat over the head with a bottle.
Suge Knight?
I have no idea.
Oh no, Suge Knight wouldn't use something as tame as a bottle.
Yeah, he would.
No, he's trying to kill you. He's not trying to. He's not trying to. Let me just knock you down.
Somebody will know him. Puffy beat some dude up with a bottle. What's the guy's name?
Puffy beat someone up with a bottle?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he alive? Yo, no.
Oh, that's because he's powerful. He's rich and powerful.
I forgot his name.
I can say definitively, it's a wrap for you. You beat me with an alcohol bottle. That's disrespectful, dude. Was it empty?
I don't know.
I feel like it probably wasn't.
Her stage name is taken from Gina Davis's character in The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Seriously?
It was Her name was Charlie Baltimore?
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool last name.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
That's why she stole it.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Gotti.
So Pierre and Sloan pitch to Dunwitty the Mantan New Millennium Minstrel Show. Would you ever be involved? Let's say Black on Black Cinema makes it. Like super makes it. And they were like, cool. We like that you guys do your podcast and you should totally keep doing that. But we're going to take that idea and we're going to put it on TV. But we're going to give it a different name. We're going to call it the fucking new millennial minstrel show. You letting minstrel show be in the title of...
I'm not letting millennial be in my show.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, no, I wouldn't do anything that has to... Look, you two know that I will sell out.
It's only really a matter of time.
You've seen a clip of me selling out for a measly $250. So I'll sell out. But I do have a lie.
Look, I will say this. I will say this. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, and there is only one person who knows because they sent it to me.
Yeah, I appreciate you not sharing that in our fan group, by the way.
Because I want to know who actually sent it.
Yeah, I'll find it. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I know where to find it. I just want to know who sent it.
Yeah, look, if you want to see Micah sell out, boy, woo,
it's out there.
It's out there.
We're not gonna tell you where.
Look at that shit had me fucking.
I'll put the clip in the show notes. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. But if you've listened to enough of our podcast, you might actually be able to discern.
Yeah, you
might be able to glean where Micah sold out. It might be one of the fucking funniest things I've ever seen. I showed that shit to my wife. She was fucking crying.
The agent sent me an email. She was like, "Oh, hey, I know you. How you doing?" She was just checking up on me. That's all. But yeah, nah. I'll do it. But I won't do it if what you want me to do has the word minstrel in it.
Like, is racially offensive things to black people, is that the line for like, I couldn't do this? I feel like for me it is.
Well,
or like personally embarrassing for me.
What do you consider racially offensive?
Like if it's something
like
like
I want to do fucking Empire, would you be on Empire?
No, I wouldn't be.
Yo, I would be on Empire. Yeah,
dude, I wouldn't
fuck it, yo. You
well, because
like
you guys.
it.
Well, no, because you guys have already sold out the black race by watching it. So yeah, your morality is already in question.
You've never even seen it.
No, I know.
Look,
I am speaking from a relative point of ignorance.
Speaking from ignorance.
I am.
The interesting thing about that show is it did start off like, oh, it's a rich black family. They have their problems, just like Dallas.
Yeah,
a rich white family have their problems, but like the problems that they have as a black family, they're very stereotypical. Like, but my family has those problems. They legitimately do.
Right, and I think that's why it took off.
Criminals in my fucking family.
Right, and I think that's why it took off.
I'd rather not, but it's the truth.
Right. That's fair.
I mean,
again, you guys are morally compromised.
I don't think like that show. It has the stereotypes, but they're not like overblown.
Okay.
Like the acting itself, yes.
See that? Okay, I was gonna say, whoa,
Cookie, like she's my aunt, one of my aunts.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people have said. I have heard that like these characters, as crazy as they are, remind them of people they know.
Like this, and I don't know, but like certain things, like that whole, it's kind of like black chicken. Like you think it's too black. I feel like you think it's too black.
No, it's not that I think
it's like too stereotypically black.
I think it's too stereotypically black. And again, I think the popularity of that show rests on this idea of white people laughing at us. That is the fundamental thing that bothers me.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen it in 2 seasons, so I couldn't.
Right. Look,
or
to be honest with you,
I tapped out the first season.
I did right. I didn't make it to the end of the first season.
Okay. No, Jay, you're the asshole. You two motherfuckers.
No, I tapped out. I'll tell you that I tapped out because it just started getting ridiculous
to
me.
Like even
not,
more
not
ridiculous.
Like black ridiculous, but like fucking Fast and Furious kind of ridiculous. But I just wasn't with it.
It got Dallas ridiculous, and Dallas was fucking.
Dallas.
And I have watched Dallas. That shit is fucking ridiculous.
What
the Dallas
original
analogy?
Like the original one or the
original one? And the Dallas analogy is perfect.
Yeah, no, I could totally understand that.
Didn't Dallas end with it was all a dream or some bullshit? It was one of those.
No, that's the Newhart show.
Was it Newhart?
No, I think no. I can't believe we're gonna have this conversation. JR being shot, I think, was a dream.
Well,
that was a big pivotal part.
One of those shows was all a dream.
That was the Bob Newhart show, or the Newhart show.
I thought that was that hospital show.
Scrubs, Saint Elsewhere. Saint Elsewhere. I don't remember.
I think the kid was in like a coma or some shit, and he was in the hospital. I gotta look. I don't know. Maybe whatever. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But it's one of those types of shows. And it got ridiculous.
I've learned that I'm not stereotypically black at all. I played Black Card Revolt last weekend.
You ain't know none of them motherfuckers.
I'm like, apparently I am not a nigga.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm sure I will do terribly.
Yeah, I did absolutely.
I would love to play Black Card Revoked on the show with y'all.
Yeah, we might have to do that. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that like as a special, as a special episode.
I failed because like the thing about that, like I know we're getting off on a fucking tangent, but the thing about that game is like it's a whole bunch of like black superstitious shit from like the South. I'm not from the fucking South. I'm from New York. They were like, "What does it mean when your hand is itching? What does that mean?
You're getting money."
I don't know what the fuck that means. I ain't never heard that shit before in my life. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm like, what? What kind of nigga shit is that?
Did they have, okay, I've never played this game. Did they have a whole thing about like, because I know it's a big thing in the South, like they paint the bottom of a tree white so it doesn't get hit by lightning or some fucking crazy shit like that?
I ain't never heard of that.
No,
they go, where you grew up, the people around the corner from you had the bottom of their trees painted white. That is some fucking crazy Southern hillbilly shit.
Oh, shit.
No, that may have been a card. I don't know. But it was like, it was multiple choice.
It's a fun game, man.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, I would love to play.
All right, man. Okay, so
because I think I would win.
You would win.
Yeah. Well, you're more of a stereotypical nigga than the two of us. Congratulations.
Like, what the fuck? I'm like, I've never heard of that before in my life. They were like, you ain't black. I'm like, well, according to the show, no, I'm not.
Spoiler alert. By the way, what you don't know, people who play Black Card Revoke, game made by a white man. I don't know that, but that would actually be. He's the guy who wrote it. It's Mr. Dunwoody. He's like, yeah, I'm blacker than you. My hand itching right now. Like,
what were you expecting? Your grandmother's purse?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say it again?
What would be in your grandmother's purse? That was one of the cards, and they had like a bunch of different things to choose from.
Okay, I don't even understand.
I'll have to explain it to you.
Like
it
was like a candy, a pistol. Like, what? Fuck this game, dude.
We have it. Well, you know what?
You have it?
We have it.
Of course you do.
You know what?
Your wife bought it and just brought it home, did she? I know.
She did buy it.
And
we bring it to our gatherings where we go because we old and black, so we gotta meet over at each other's houses. You know?
Yeah, you don't go out.
This couple, and this couple, right? And then we play the game. I'll bring it over here. I would love to play it with me and my wife, you and your wife, and you and your lady friend. And it would be like the two of us and your lady friend would dominate. And then you three, the rest of you, just wouldn't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, I will say this. I will say this. I have a bizarre look. Chances are I don't participate in a lot of these things that are on these cards, but I have a weird encyclopedic knowledge of dumb shit, like pop culture shit, like, oh, who's the main character in Empire? I'd be like, Cookie, and I've never seen the show. Like, I would probably get points based on that, not based on like, hell yeah, I watched that. Like, I don't know.
But a lot of it is like old school, like black shit.
And it's a consensus type stuff.
What does that mean?
That means that...
I mean, I know what the word consensus means. I mean, like, as far as the game.
As far as the game, like if there's a group of people, the group of people who picked the same thing, they get the point.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah. Like
what is Beethoven?
Like that purse question, right?
Yeah,
it was candy, gun, condoms.
Yeah, well, it's obviously candy, right?
If the majority of people said candy,
then you get the point. That's what you get the point.
Well, then I don't want to be on the thug team where grandma's fucking packing. Grandmother didn't have a gun.
Like I was just so lost. I was like, what the fuck are you, like when your hand itches, you expecting money? What kind of nigga shit is that? What the fuck is
that shit is really something.
Or like what do you eat? What foods do you cook to get money? What was it?
Black eyed peas and collard greens.
Well, that's like for New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's.
Is that what? I've never heard of that shit.
Yeah, that's Southern.
The black eyed peas represent the coins. The greens represent the bills.
I didn't know that.
That's, like I said,
I did. That
and
part I
I
didn't
was
know.
I was there. I'm like, this is some superstitious Southern shit that I ain't never heard in my goddamn life. So I'm gonna fucking tap out. Fuck this game.
Wait,
Like I had like fucking 5 cars by the time I was like, I quit. Fuck it. I'm not black enough apparently.
Yeah, when the catfish rise on a Sunday morning at 3 a.m., what you supposed to do? Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
It made me mad, yo. Like for real. I was like, what the fuck is yo? Fuck y'all, yo.
This is Southern card revoked.
Oh shit!
Like, where are you from? Like, I'm from fucking Long Island with a whole bunch of goddamn Italians. Like, I don't know none of this shit.
I'm still black. I know what pasta is. Does that count? Like,
Yeah,
no.
I like pasta.
You would.
Anyway, that was an incredible tangent, but I just had to.
That's fair.
I ain't as black as y'all think I am.
Well, according to the YouTube comments, obviously.
Yeah, none of us are, apparently.
Nope. According to them, I'm sure like y'all really like the scenes in this movie at the minstrel show. That would be your favorite parts. No,
Quite the opposite.
quite the opposite. Actually, they make me very angry. So Pierre shows he gets Man Ray and Womack to change. He gets Man Ray to change his name to Mantan. Excuse me. And they go to Mr. Dunwitty and they pitch this new millennium it's Mantan, the new millennium minstrel show, where Mantan now will be doing all the tap dancing and Womack, who will be going by the name Sleep and Eat, because he likes to eat and he is lazy. He'll be doing the singing. So we have that clip. So we'll play that clip and then we'll come right back.
This is going to be big. I mean, this could be bigger than Friends, Ally McBeal, even my boys Amos and Andy.
Protests finally got Amos and Andy off of the air, and that could have very well happened to a program like this one.
Yeah, let them try. Let them try.
Let them try.
Black folks will be outraged.
So what? We'll just give the NAACP a little donation. I've dealt with those guys before. Big deal, right? I mean, and besides, where I come from, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
This is not about the NAACP, okay? The content of the show,
right,
it's just politically incorrect.
Who wants to be PC these days anyway? I mean, there's a couple of minutes you go singing and dancing, shucking and jiving, a little good fun home entertainment, right?
Yes, exactly.
So there you go. And that clip, I only clipped out like less than a minute of it. But that clip goes on for a bit because they're talking about how these two main characters are, quote, real life coons and all this other shit. The look on Tommy Davidson's face when he says that, it's like, nigga, I will kill you. And are you serious? But you also try not to fuck your money up.
Right.
And I think that goes to a thing that we talked about earlier. Is like, there are comedians that would probably do something like this. And I think there are. That idea of this, even if you say, okay, maybe they wouldn't do a minstrel show because that's pretty extreme. But is Medea any different? Is the Medea character really any different?
I think the Medea character is different than a minstrel show.
That Medea character is somebody's grandmother,
right? Which is why I say.
It looks outrageous. It's a stereotype, but it's the truth.
Right.
She is a person that you probably
right. I mean, he says he based the Medea character on his grandmother, I think,
and
his
bunch
aunt.
of women in his life.
Again, that's some Southern shit.
Right, but
I'm not from the South, guys. I feel like all black stereotypes are from the South.
Yeah, because slavery.
Exactly, and I don't know that shit. That shit still pisses me off.
Are you still on the black card remote? It's gonna be all right, dog.
A little bit.
Terrence wants to start his own new game. Fuck that, man. We play it again.
I don't even know what to put in them fucking cards. Fuck that game.
Anyway. This idea of will people sell out, and I don't think it's just black people. I think it's any group of people. Are you willing to sell out your own people for money and fame? Right? Because that really is at the heart of this. Obviously, black people have a whole different aspect because of our history and everything else. Yeah. And I think it's more pertinent because we have to fight against it all the time. But I think that's where the movie people could relate to that no matter where you're from, right? Like if you're like a Southern conservative, right, and you're white, would you be willing to do a show where you're like fucking hee-haw kind of thing, making fun of like the ignorance of your people and stuff like that, and you're like, rednecks are dumb, blah, blah. Are you willing to do that for money? Some people are.
That's true.
I'm sure they would say that about black people.
Yeah,
but yes, I mean,
Dang.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
My guess, I don't know the actors of Hee Haw. Although when I was a kid, I kind of watched Hee Haw. I was like, ha, look at those dumb white people. This is hilarious.
I barely know what the fuck. I mean, I know what it is, but
It was, look, honestly, it was kind of a fucking white hillbilly minstrel show. It was. And you know what? As a person who's not a white hillbilly, I found it hilarious. So, weirdly enough, again, I'm a massive hypocrite. But if somebody was like, let's do a black version, I'd be like, nah, son, that don't work.
like, fuck you, no.
Nah, fuck
not
that.
Doing that at all.
But they also don't have the history of being forced to do that as a way to entertain or to make it in this country, right? So if suddenly white people, if history, if it was that fucking dumbass movie we did with Harry Belafonte and John Travolta.
White Man's Burden.
Yeah, White Man's Burden. If the universe was flipped. I love that stupid ass movie.
The movie is ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous. Like if the world was flipped and it was like that, Hee Haw would be like white Spike Lee, like Round Lee would make this movie and it'd be like Hee Haw. And people are like, wow, this seems offensive. Like it would be that way. So I don't know, man. I don't think I could sell out my own. It's not a thing. I know I could not show black people as being fucking coonish in that way, or in any way, for money. I couldn't. That's why people are like, oh, would you guys do your show on BET? I'd be like, BET's gonna have to clean this shit up.
They have. You haven't seen
right. You haven't seen BET
in like 17
Yeah,
years.
and look, that's fair. That's fair. I am still going on the height of like BET After Dark and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, which
Like,
was
he
like
still-
17 years.
Yeah, no,
Still
that's fair.
remembers like
That's
Cedar. You
I
know
don't
what
even know what the fuck CETA is.
That
Like, when they showed
digipop.
that shit?
Yeah, like, no.
Like somebody posted that the other day. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah. Again.
Hey y'all, I'm a digital thought. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. No.
Again,
That's
apparently
look,
I'm
BET,
not black.
that's how BET is burned into my brain. Is Ceda's World and all that other bullshit.
Wasn't the New Edition movie on BET?
On BET, yeah. BET has cleaned themselves up.
I haven't seen it.
You
good.
should.
Look,
It's good.
look, it's like Sci-Fi Network. It took me a long time to give it a chance, dude. I'm like, they had a lot of bullshit on for like 20 years. Fine, I'll give BET a chance.
No, you won't.
Just lied ass.
Sorry, BET, that ship has sailed. I cut the cord. I don't even know how to get BET.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They don't
cut
have
the cord.
BET on the
You
Roku.
cut the cord 17 years ago. Right.
Right.
Sure.
Gone. So they pitched this ridiculous idea to Mr. Dunwitty. He's like, yeah, it sounds good. Like, I love watching niggas tap dance. Get up on the table, boy, and tap dance for me. And like, they
He
literally
did.
Literally
Like,
did that.
I don't like this.
Well, it's like, I'm like, kick him in the face, please, and just get out of there. So they agree to do this show.
I
And
never liked tap dancing.
no,
No.
okay. This is gonna seem fucked up. Sorry to tap dancing fans and Charlie Baltimore fans. While I appreciate tap dance, and look, I really like tap.
I know exactly what you're about to say because I feel the same way. Like I appreciate it. It's it's an art form. It takes some skill.
It's some Mr. Bojangles type shit, yo. I can't. When I see black people tap dance, I just feel like there's a hat next to them and they're dancing for coins, or like they're dancing for white male or like white people approval. Like, yes, some balls, like
I just
a little soft shoe. Like, come on, man, don't.
I just don't.
Like,
man.
come on, dog. Just do the running man. Like something. Like, come on, man. Something with some aggression behind it. God damn.
I mean, you could make the argument about dancing in general, but not tap dancing. There's just that fucking thing about tap dancing, man.
I know it ain't fair.
Yeah.
Look, it ain't fair. Look,
Can't give up.
Look, that being said, I love Tap with Gregory Hines. Like that scene at the end where they're fucking dancing on that fucking moonlight. That shit is fucking awesome. I love that scene. But I'm like, where's Mr. Bojangles, dude? Like,
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Look, slavery has fucked black people. We can't enjoy shit. Like we we can't even enjoy chicken without being like eating it in public and shit. Like you can't. Like when I go to this one spot, I always got to get the fried chicken sandwich, and I'm like, I feel slightly bad about it. But then I'm like, fuck these white people.
It's fucking delicious.
It's delicious.
And then you see all the other white people with the same say, fuck you.
Yeah. I'm like, is it good? Is it good? And they're like, yeah, it's good. I'm like, I know. We're coming together.
Everyone loves chicken.
We do. But yeah, Micah, tell us about why you think tap dancing is for slaves.
The way that like it's like it'd be one thing, right?
See, I knew he had that feeling too. He's trying to keep quiet. Fuck you, dude.
It would be one thing.
You let Terrence and I fucking burn for this shit. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful art form, but you two are also
It would be
assholes.
one thing if tap dancing like looked better, right? But it's like it still got the hey, all right. I like that.
And look, if you're listening to this, you need to go to our YouTube page and see that shit.
Like
That shit was magical.
like it doesn't look cool, right? It doesn't.
Yeah, nobody, look.
It looks slavish.
Right.
Look, man,
It looks like you got two spoons in your hand. Like, like.
Yeah, by the way, playing spoons, not acceptable for black people.
No.
We're gonna
we
get
can't do
letters.
it.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
We're gonna get fucking letters. I apologize.
Look,
I
look.
don't apologize. I just that's just the way.
That doesn't sound like us.
Alvin Ailey ain't tap dancing.
Yeah,
Like, they don't teach tap dance at that school, do they?
They might.
they might actually.
Well, yeah, but we have to learn about history also. We have to learn about slavery. That don't mean
backpedal,
we
nigga.
keeping slaves.
Yeah, right? It's so, but it is so hilarious because like it does feel that way. Like it really does. You're just like this.
I'm like, that shit is really cool, but
and that's the thing is when I watch that dance, I'm like, oh, that was awesome.
Right.
Like, but then at the same time, I'm like, don't do that. Like, don't you have white friends to do it? Like, they have them do it. Like, it's fine.
I'll just like have a mix.
Like, can't you?
Yeah, give me a
I
50-50.
don't want to see like just all black people tap dancing. Like throw a white person in there with them.
It's the one time like appropriation would be okay. Like, why don't y'all just take it? Like, you go and take it. We all right. We all
Like
right.
some Asian people in there. I need something. I can't just have Mantan doing this shit in blackface. This is unnecessary. I don't like this shit. That's how I feel about it.
It is so funny because nobody like really like when I was going over this movie, I thought about that and I was like, am I gonna say that? I was like, I'm not gonna say that. And then you brought it up, I was like, I have to say it. I have to say it. You just do because it's true. Like, look, if you're a black person, there's no way you haven't thought about that. There's no fucking way you watched that and you didn't hear, that fucking Mr. Bojangles song playing in the background.
If you haven't thought about it before, you think about it now.
And you'll never not think about it when you see it.
Shit.
You can't help it. Tap dancing is slavery, yo. If slavery was a dance move, tap dancing would be it.
Yeah.
Or dance style. So there's a scene of Pierre and Sloan in the writer's room of CNS, and it's all white writers. And they're all like, okay, I guess we'll, write this minstrel show. And they're playing up this idea of like white liberals, like, this doesn't feel okay. Like, guys, we're not okay with this. We, this is a problem. And then Pierre says something that I actually burst out laughing. He was like, I know this is highly offensive material, but we're trying to have like a message and trying to break through all these racial things and all this other stuff. And he goes, and they're like, oh, I don't know. He goes, think back to how you felt at the end of the OJ trial. And you start to see the white people are just like, yeah, I wasn't too fucking pleased about that shit. And so they're like, then they start all getting on board with doing fucked up shit to black people in this show. And I burst out laughing because that shit's funny. Like the guy's face, one of the white writers, his face changes immediately. He's like, no, I don't think. And he was like, wait a minute. He was like, that guy he was clearly guilty and he played the race card and it was unacceptable. Like he super got pissed, which was funny. So then we, in the meeting, they reveal that Mantan and Sleep and Eat will actually be wearing blackface. And he's like, look, they're like, oh, we should get like a big name to do this show, and he's like, no, because, if a big name actor wears blackface, they kind of disappear, which I thought was kind of an interesting way of saying that. And they actually show a clip of Denzel Washington from Malcolm X, which was kind of a cool callback. And so they kind of disappear idea is
It's a cool callback, but it's also like Spike Lee patting himself.
Oh yeah, it's like I don't know if you guys remember, but I did Malcolm.
Remember,
X
I got this big name, and I had this famous actor, and he
Fucking
disappeared
crushed
into
it.
the role because I directed him that way.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Sure you did.
Look, I mean, here's the thing. Denzel Washington's Malcolm X impression is the standard by which I hear Malcolm X in my head. Like, it's not Malcolm X's voice anymore. It's Denzel Washington. It's actually Malcolm X doing a Denzel Washington impression of Malcolm X. But then when you watch videos, you're like, he fucking kind of nailed it.
He did.
Yeah, like he really did. It's actually, it is easily his best role.
That's
right.
That's the role he should have won the Oscar.
Well, it's number 2. I mean, he was really good in Virtuosity, but let's not.
I mean, we can't forget Training Day. That's what he won the award for, right?
For being a nigga.
Training Day.
Look,
It proves this fucking point.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It really fucking does. Malcolm X, stellar fucking performance. Yo, you need to smoke this shit or we got a problem. Oscar. I mean, this guy, he's nailing it. He's playing the best nigger I've ever seen. He's playing a nigger cop. It's amazing. Thanks, Hollywood.
I didn't know Denzel Washington could play a nigger.
I didn't realize he was black because I don't see race, guys. I'm just a Hollywood exec.
Don't say that shit either, guy, Peter.
I
I don't see color. I don't
hate
see
that shit.
race.
I don't see color.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Guess what? We see color too. Like we do. It's
Like,
not
I'm
about
a
it's
fucking
not
dog.
Yeah, it's not about not seeing people's color. It's about treating people like individuals and treating them well
Right.
anyway.
Even dogs see in black and white.
Right, exactly. They're not blind. Not everyone is an albino in the sight of my dog, you idiot. So then we get a scene of them auditioning for the musical talent of the show. Look, one, the Roots come out as the I forget the name of their band, but they're supposed to, the name of whatever group that gets picked for the show will be called the Alabama Porch Monkeys. Again, Spike Lee not giving a fuck. The Roots come out to perform as they audition. They're great because they're the fucking Roots. The Mau Mau's come out. They do not get it because I don't know what the fuck was going on there.
It was like every rap concert from the fucking 90s.
Yeah, just 9 niggas screaming on stage.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, Wu-Tang. I can't understand any of it.
Like, what? The fuck?
That's pretty much how
Like,
those concerts.
Look, here's the thing. Each one of you, like, you don't all get a mic. One of you gets a mic, and you pass it to the other guy when you're done. Okay, that's how it works.
You gotta have the hype man.
Yeah, all right.
Man,
You got
the 8 hype men before
They
you
need-
fucking
yeah.
your verse. Like that's not how this shit work.
So then we see one of the funnier scenes in the movie is this guy auditioning to be the musical talent. I'm gonna play this clip not because it drives the story, but because it's hilarious. Because this nigga is putting his heart and soul into this fucking
This is
song.
the funniest part of the movie. I know exactly what clip you're talking about.
Yep.
And this is the part that I was telling you guys is the funniest part of the movie.
Oh, and it is. It
That shit
absolutely
has-
is.
Every time I see it, that shit has me fucking crying.
All right, so here's this clip, and we'll come right back.
Were people really this desperate to get work? Apparently so.
I be smacking them hoes. I be smacking my hoes. Everyone knows it goes. Kick them to the floor. Step on them hard. Step on them hard. Kick them to the floor. Cause I be smacking my hoes. I be smacking my hoes. I be smacking my hoes. Thank you.
Next.
Okay, that scene's fucking hilarious.
Like, every time I see it.
Look, I'm gonna say this, and God love you, sir. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. That guy kind of looked like Jason, who came out from Denver to hang out with us. Look, he's like a big guy with a bald head.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. He's light. That's it. That's how it works. Stop smacking your hose. Kick him to the floor. Stomp
So
on him.
fucked up. That shit's problematic.
But you know what?
It's fucking hilarious.
But not only is it funny, but he's so serious in the way he delivers that song,
he
yo.
sing.
Yo, he can't sing it. I'm like, nigga, sing about something not horrible. That shit is funny to me. Okay, so before their first show, which is in front of a live studio audience, Sloan sends Womack and Man Ray this letter with the authentic way they used to apply blackface and how they created the actual the paste to put over their face, like back in the day, right? Because they wanted it to be authentic. Which apparently I didn't know any of this. I just thought it was like just movie makeup.
It was like shoe polish.
Basically, because they're not black. They're literally black, not like a black person.
Yeah, right.
Spoiler alert: most black people, not the actual color black.
Right. Most black people don't look like soot.
Right, exactly. So what you do apparently to apply blackface is you burn corks or like corks that you use in a bottle. You burn them to ash and then you mash it with water and then it becomes this paste and then they put it all over their face. And then they, of course, outline their lips in a ridiculous fashion with the brightest red lipstick they can find.
That goes to show you that back in the day, people really wanted to make fun of black people and wear blackface because that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
To
like they were like,
that shit.
Yeah, fuck black people so much. Why don't we burn these corks to see if that works? Like, who came up with that?
Right.
Yeah, that's fucking bizarre.
Like, guys, they have makeup
kind of system that did they? Like that makeup.
I guess way back in the day. Yeah, I suppose not.
They did have makeup, but
it's probably made out of old corks and shit.
Probably fucking toxic.
Yeah, she literally says put cocoa butter over your skin so it doesn't damage your skin. Which, again, if you have to put a protective layer on your skin before you put something else on, don't put the thing on. Period.
Right.
Don't do that. So they do. And they have their first performance. Look, this shit is offensive. It is extreme. It is exactly the type of thing that I get in this movie, right? Like, I understand Spike Lee was like, look, and I hate to compare it because I don't think they're necessarily comparable out of anything besides the surface. But it's like moments in Django Unchained. Like, Quentin Tarantino's attitude was like, I'm going to show you this shit fucking straight up. And if it freaks you out or it's offensive, realize that the reality was even worse, right? Like, if you can't handle this, realize it was even worse. And you know what? This shit is supposed to make your fucking teeth fucking like itch. Like, this shit is not supposed to be cool. I'm sitting here watching this movie alone and I'm like, I could feel my fucking fist ball up like fucking Arthur. Like, oh, like that shit was fucking insane. And I could not believe how mad it made me. But there's another part of it that I'll talk about that was like weirdly, like it was just fucking strange.
What the fuck is your dog doing?
I don't know. I don't know what my dog is doing. He's acting like a crazy person.
He's wilding.
Yeah, he's just wilding.
Okay.
He's like, look, he's itching. He's like this
about his blackface.
Yeah, he's like, dude, like this shit is blowing my
I was
mind.
watching it when you was fucking mad.
It's like, dog, I'm just a dog, and I'm upset. So we have that clip. So we'll play that of the actual performance, and then we'll come right back.
This here's my best friend, Sleep and Eat.
Mm-hmm. And this here's my best friend, Man Tan.
And we're two real coons. We left the hustle and bustle of uptown Harlem.
The Big Apple. New York and New York. Skyscrapers and everything.
To return to our roots.
Our Alabama home. That's right. We is countrified. We is showing up Bamas. Here come the Bamas.
No more city slickers. Can't you smell that sweet aroma of high cotton and ripe watermelon?
Nigga, now don't you get me to sniffing. Now why don't you show us some of them there educated feats? Cousins, first, second, third, and distant. Why don't you let Man Tan take you back to a simpler time? A time when men was men?
Yeah.
And women were women?
Yeah.
And niggas knew their place.
Oh, yeah.
Cousins, I want you all to go to your windows.
Open them up.
Go to your windows and yell out, I'm tired of the drugs. I'm tired of the crack babies born out of wedlock, to crackhead aid-infested parents. I'm tired of the inflated welfare rolls while good, wholesome Americans bring less and less of their paycheck home every 2 weeks.
And that's a long time, too.
I'm tired. You're tired. We're all tired of all these so-called Bible thumping,
Swing down, swing low.
God-fearing,
GP, are you with me?
whore-monger professional athlete.
You the fine motherfucker, baby. Back that ass up.
Cousins, I want you to go to your windows. Yell out. Scream with all the life you can muster up inside your bruised and battered, assaulted bodies. I'm sick and tired of niggas, and I'm not gonna take it anymore!
That boy something else.
Okay, so that is the first performance. Thoughts?
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, man, like, look, we, on this show, we have a good time, and we laugh and joke about things a lot. And then, we obviously get serious. This is, and this I think is one of those times. Like, this is one of the most offensive things I've ever seen. Like, when it comes to black people, like, it really fucking bothers me, man. And it does. And if you're a black person and you watch this and it bothers you, it fucking should. Like, if it doesn't bother you, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, really? Mm-hmm. Like, this shit is designed. Now, it is purposely designed to pluck at your absolute, like, the core of who you are as a black person. And, and he's successful in it, man.
Worked. Yeah.
Oh,
it fucking
boy.
worked. Like, I've seen, like I said, I've seen it multiple times. Nah, yeah. I don't, every time I see it, I'm like, God damn it. I'd just turn the shit off if I didn't have to watch the movie for the show. Like, no, I don't need to see that shit. I think I may skip that part. Like, the shit's offensive. Like, I have no other words for it. It's just,
I can pretty much take anything.
Yeah.
But I think when they were in the chicken coop, that did it for me. Like when the two of them
later on
into the chicken coop later on.
Yeah, because it's like a white man shooting at him and all that
right,
shit.
Right, white man shooting at him and
I think because it felt like it literally felt like it was during slavery times.
Yeah. That part was like, all right, this is a bridge too far.
We have come right to the edge.
Right.
And it's just, but it's funny because watching this, it is very clear that Spike Lee pulled. I mean, even in the lines, he pulled some things from Network. If you've ever seen that,
yeah.
Like I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore. Have you ever seen Network?
Yeah, that's when the old reporter.
And he starts like losing mind.
Yeah.
And that movie is a super interesting film in and of itself. And if you've never seen Network, you should. But this idea of entertainment for the purpose of changing people's minds, especially on something like race, is an interesting perspective. Like, Pierre's idea is an interesting perspective. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I am saying it's wrong. But like, it's interesting from the perspective of like, that's the mindset of people. Like, well, if we keep shucking and jiving and dancing, like eventually they'll come to like respect us. No, they won't. You're still entertainment. And like, even in 2000, where you're 170, 160 years outside of actual like, chain slavery and shit like that, it's still entertainment for them to have this.
You're normalizing it.
Right. Now, here's one thing I don't know if you guys noticed, and it stuck out to me in a way that I was surprised it did. If you go back and watch that clip, and you watch all the faces of the people as the camera is panning around to the people in the audience, all the white people are like, "Ooh, like this is not fucking okay."
They look shocked.
It's one person who isn't, and he's laughing. It's the black dude. He's the first one, which I thought was an interesting choice. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it's an interesting choice because they don't start laughing along until they look at him and see that he's laughing, and then they're like, "Oh, it's cool," and then they start.
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
no, I know what you mean. Because you see it every time someone says, Oh well, he said it, so
Right.
I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like I see online all the time in like conversations, like threads and things, conversations about race. There's always some black person who goes, "Well, I'm black and I don't find this offensive." And white people are like, "See, thank you." I'm like, one, how do you even know they're black?
Right.
They might have just said that shit just to like give a fucking jerk off, like, "Hey, let's all say racially insensitive shit." But I found that to be, I have to imagine that was on purpose. Like the one person who thought it was cool in the beginning was black. And it's like, it felt to me like if we allow ourselves to be okay with this, it opens the door for them to think that it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
And look, that's smart. Like that's smart writing. That's a smart setup. And I largely agree with it. And all I can think is, wow, Empire.
Yeah.
Sorry. And look, I mean, and that's me being like super serious. Like it's true because I like, and it's not just Empire. There are a lot of things like that where black people will make the excuse, we just having fun. Like, yeah, like I agree. And we should all have fun and, and not take life overly serious. Right. But at the same time, we have to be very careful about the things that we let go as being okay, because if we do and the shit is problematic, then as much as I hate that word, then it opens the door for white people to be like, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, look, Dave Chappelle went through that shit.
The most famous example of this is the Chris Rock bit.
Yes.
Black people and niggers.
Yep.
And white people felt that, oh, well, I'm not talking about you. You're a black person. I'm talking about, niggers.
Right. He said he wishes he never, he never did it.
He never did it.
Yep. And the fucked up thing is like, I mean, he wasn't wrong. Like the shit is accurate, right?
Like, it's a funny fucking joke.
It's a funny bit, man.
The funny thing is, white people remember that part. They don't remember the second half of that, which is white people have the same shit. He's like, there's good white people, and then there's rednecks. Like he makes both points. So people are like, sorry, I only heard the black nigger part. That's it, and that's it. That's
I was laughing so hard at Chris Rock making the difference between black people and niggers that I didn't hear anything else from that special.
Nope. And that's a perfect example. I mean, Dave Chappelle went through that shit too, right? Because he talked about how he was like, he did the Rick James thing, right? And it was like, oh, making fun of Rick James, but like, I respect Rick James and all this other shit. And then he'd have white people coming up to him like, I'm Rick James, bitch, like in front of his kids. He's like, yo, calm the fuck down.
Right.
Like, or like, hey, Clayton Bigsby thing is really hilarious. Like, yeah, it was a joke.
Right.
Like, this is not carte blanche for you to fucking launch into this shit. So, I don't know, man. That scene's pretty powerful, I think. And they have a couple of them throughout the movie. So later on, maybe the next day or so, Pierre gets a call from Mr. Dunwitty. He's like, hey, man, the network loved it. It was awesome. We got picked up mid-season for 12 episodes. We're starting in 3 weeks. And he's like, fuck. Like, I was trying to prove a point, and now I see what I've done. And now all the white people and all the studios are like, yeah, a minstrel show. This is a great idea. So his initial plan blows up in his face.
Right.
Because of course it would.
I felt like Dr. Frankenstein. Like,
kill yourself, nigga. Like, that voice is fucking ridiculous.
Watching this movie, I wasn't here for the Hollywood Shuffle episode. That's basically what this is. Like Robert Townsend he did the same shit back in like 87.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would argue this is better.
Is it?
Yes. I think that movie is not very good. I think it has some moments that are fucking excellent, but I don't think that movie is very good overall. I think it's just because Robert Townsend is not funny.
I think it's a better made movie. I think Hollywood Shuffle technically is a better made movie. I think this movie is more visceral in the points it's trying to get across.
Absolutely.
But I think Hollywood Shuffle, this is going to be bizarre, is a more subtle take on it. And Hollywood Shuffle is look. Hollywood Shuffle is not subtle at all, but it's not fucking overtly angry.
Yeah.
But sometimes
Sometimes you need that.
Sometimes you need it. Sometimes.
Look,
but this movie suffers from one. It's way too long.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And
Look, we're gonna start burning through a couple of these movie points.
Yeah, it doesn't. And the problem is it doesn't say anything different from this point in the movie
to the end.
To the end. Yeah. Nothing changed. There's one major thing that changes, and that's Delacroix and his attitude towards it. But that's it. Like the movie itself as a whole
is done.
Doesn't change anything, and it doesn't give suggestions on what can be done. Nobody grows except for that one character. Like the one character that should grow is Michael Rapaport's character, but he doesn't.
No, I feel like fuck him.
He's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, no, I feel like he wouldn't grow, because if he was supposed to grow, he would have grew immediately upon seeing him being like, wow, this is fucked up. And I don't actually, you're right. Because my two nigga kids that I feel entitled to call them that, like, they would find this unacceptable.
Right. He made this show and so outrageous and he loved it. So he's not changing.
No, he's a racist. Him and his dumbass black wife are there laughing.
They're sitting there smiling and laughing.
Isn't it hilarious?
Cute. I'm like, no, it's not funny.
Like in a perfect world, what happens at the end wouldn't have happened to that person. It would have happened to Michael Rapaport's character.
Yes.
And that should have.
That could have happened in the beginning of the movie.
I mean, that could happen in real life as far as I'm concerned. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. We wish you were
I'm dead serious.
Like,
fuck you, dude.
Like, if I heard Michael Rapaport died, I'd be like, did a white person pretending to be black kill him, or did a black person kill him? Because either is fine with me.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm Michael Rapaport. Bam. Fuck you, dude. I don't want you to die. I just don't care if you did. Moving along.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's a fair stance.
That is more than fair.
I actually think it's more than fair. I don't want Michael Rapaport to die, but if he did, wouldn't be
sorry.
I will find
that fucking gif of you. I wouldn't give a shit. I just wouldn't care. It's like that news I heard Jerry Falwell died, and I just burst out laughing.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Tell me again, but say it slower this time. Like, okay.
Some people would find us would take issue with us laughing at someone's death.
Yeah, and hey, guess what? Aaron Hernandez died. Play the fucking the song "Hanging Around" by Counting Crows. Who gives a fuck? Fuck that guy. Heaven's not missing an angel. Get out of here.
That dude was a moron.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, we should. I got into a conversation with someone. They were like, "Oh no, but he's still somebody's son." Well, he didn't care about killing somebody else's son. Fuck him. Please.
No, you gotta feel sorry for his family. Like,
no, I don't.
Do I?
No.
He grew up in a really good home.
Right.
He's like fucking, what's his name? Calvin from 8 Mile. Or whatever the fuck his name is. What was
Clarence.
Clarence, yeah. And Clarence has real nice parents.
Yeah,
And he grew up in like upper middle class. He just wanted to be a fucking thug.
Yeah, well, guess
what?
what?
The fuck is wrong with that dude? Yeah, that's why you hung yourself in a fucking jail cell, you dummy.
Yeah, y'all gonna be a thug, yeah. Well, right until about age 36.
No, 27.
27?
Yeah.
That nigga has some city miles on him. God damn, he was old shit. I guess, like, what position did he play? Like a linebacker or some shit?
Jay has reached the point in his life where he realizes that athletes
look
right. They look 30, 40, 50 years old.
I know
and
that.
They're all like,
isn't like
22.
I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Ed Reed only like 22 years old? He's like, that nigga look older than my dad. Like, come on, dog.
How old is Ed Reed? Like 38?
Yeah.
Ed Reed is my age.
Yeah.
Yo.
He's like 30 or 39.
Yo, here's what happens when you when you slam your body up against other human beings for a professional.
That dude was 27 years old.
God damn. He looks like he is well into his 30s. Like he is sailing into his twilight years of his 40s. Like, holy shit. That's amazing. Good. I'm glad you're dead. Anyway, that I am totally fine with. Like, he's dead, whatever. So Delacroix goes to see his father, played by Paul Mooney. His father's name is Junebug because he is black. Paul Mooney up there being Paul Mooney, and he basically says his most famous line, which is, everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga. But he uses the word black instead, which I was disappointed. So they have a conversation, and Delacroix recognizes that his father has sort of gained like meager means, right? Like he's this comedian, but he's only like moderately successful, doesn't have anything really going for him. And he basically says like, no, I'm not trying to be like that. Fuck that. Cause he basically says, his narration is, my father had this integrity and all this other stuff, and look how he ended up. I don't want to be like that, which is fucked up. Like you should want to have integrity and make it and figure out a way to do both of those things. Not, no, these are mutually exclusive. Fuck my integrity. I'm trying to get paid. And I wrote down like in that exact moment, he sells out. Like in that exact moment, you know, like Van Jones would say, in that moment he became president. Like in this moment he became a fucking Uncle Tom. Like right then. So we have that.
Speaking of Van Jones, that nigga's on some shit. I don't know what's going on.
Look, Van, you are getting on my Van nerves. Like, no, nigga, like stop. I don't give a fuck about white conservatives who don't give a fuck about me. Fuck them.
Or themselves.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about themselves. Fuck you. Come on, dog. Come be on the show, though. Yo, if you're ever in the Baltimore area, I would love to have Van Jones on the show. We got to talk, bro. He'd probably do it.
He probably would.
He probably would. Come on down, man. That'd be awesome. That shit would be hilarious. Like next week, fucking Van Jones is here, like randomly. Like, all right, guys, let's talk about this movie. Like, what's up? Like, you want to play Black Card Revoked or not? Trying to play? Because I feel like black people trying to come for your card, Van Jones. Get it together. So next up, I initially didn't clip this out, but then as I was going back through the movie, I was like, oh, this is too good. CNS brings in this white woman as a consultant.
Yo.
This fucking scene is so outrageous. But there are moments where I was just kind of like, it was Delacroix kind of like, he had already sold out, like he fully sold out, but like you could see his blackness kind of peeking back through like, nah, nigga, that shit ain't acceptable. Like, stop saying that shit. So we have that scene. So the CNS consultant. So here you go.
But in this business, we have to be 1, 2, 3 steps ahead. That's why I brought in Myrna Goldfarb. She's the best media consultant in the biz. She's going to help us out.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say I love your show. It's very courageous. You know, my parents marched in Selma, Alabama with Dr. King.
Why are you here?
Good question. Straight to the point. I like your style. Because of the content of the show, we're going to expect some very spirited reactions.
Myrna's here just to plan our strategy, just in case.
All right. The best defense is offense.
Really, I thought it was the other way around.
Exactly. Okay, I think we're on the same page. Now, I've mapped out some strategies that are going to help bolster our position.
Which is?
Lighten up, man, right? This is about fun, right? Nice, wholesome fun.
Hey, Myrna, break it down for them.
Okay, the Mantan Manifesto. Catchy, ain't it?
So is syphilis.
Number 1, we gainfully employ African Americans in front of and behind the camera. You got to cover yourselves, people. Very important. I'm talking, I need a black grip, a black gaffer, a black PA. Have them there. Number 2, let the audience decide. 3, who put these critics in charge anyway, right?
Right.
These so-called cultural police. 4, who determines what is black?
Yeah, what is black?
Yes. Okay, Sleep and Eat and Mantan are lazy and unemployed, but we are certainly not saying anything about the entire African-American community. They're slackers.
Slackers.
I took a couple of years after graduate school and walked around the European countryside. It's not the biggest deal in the world. 5, Mantan is a satire. 6, if they can't take a joke, you know what? F them.
Yeah, F them. I think that if we stick to this kind of strategy, I mean, it's clean sailing from here, huh?
No disrespect, but this is some bullshit.
Well, I've done my research.
These are Negroes we are talking about, not some lab mice in a cage. We are not one monolithic group of people. We do not all think, look, and act alike, Ms. Goldfarb.
Monsieur Delacroix, let me assure you, I got my Ph.D. in African American Studies from Yale.
So you fucked a Negro in college
and... Excuse me. Let's keep this above the belt, okay? Show a little respect for this woman.
Yes. Continue, oh great Negrologist. Enlighten us.
I'm sorry, Myrna.
The biggest thing in public relations is, of course, to always smile.
Show them pearly whites.
Okay, wear kente cloth. Invoke the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. You know, use the word community often when talking about Mantan. And finally, our biggest asset is you, Pierre Delacroix.
Me? Yes, you. Me? Yes, you. How?
Well, you see, this show was created and conceived by you, right? A non-threatening African-American male. So the show can't be racist because you're black.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. He's not black. No, see, he's a Negro.
So there you go. They bring in the stereotypical Jewish consultant to tell Sloane and Pierre how they can kind of protect the show from, harsh criticism. That woman's like the things that she kept saying. I was like, it's unacceptable. And you can see Pierre's like, look, I get it. I'm a sellout, but even I'm not okay with some of this shit you're saying. Look. This chick is the Rachel Dolezal of this movie, right? She's like, oh, I have a PhD in African American studies,
from Yale.
Yeah, okay, all right, good, bitch. I mean, you should have at least said Harvard. Henry Louis Gates is at least there.
African American studies, man.
My wife has a minor in African American studies.
That's how she landed you.
That's right. I was like, talk that shit, girl. Yeah, Africa. Diaspora. I know. Use some big words. That's right. Kente cloth. I don't know.
Something about that.
Can you imagine?
Just about that course in general, African American studies. I don't. That's something else that kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. Why is that?
It's there's African American studies. We have, I guess, just learning our culture and all that other shit, but I don't know, man.
Well,
it just feels
Are
weird.
you mad are you upset that it has to be separated from
that's
American
probably
history?
it. It's got to be separated. No.
Why don't we just study that in history class?
Yeah, our history is American history.
Right.
People have said that before, but it's the fucking truth.
Right.
Without us.
Nigga, America doesn't get built.
Yeah.
Right. I was just like,
imagine a bunch of lazy ass fucking white people.
Look,
what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, white people. Oh, we built this country. No, you know what you did? You were the foreman, and you were like Chinese people. Build the railroads, niggas. Go get that shit out of that field. I'm gonna have a
White House.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a cool glass of lemonade because it's hot down here. No, y'all ain't build shit.
Man.
Get out of here. A couple of Irish people, they treated like shit for a couple minutes. Get out of here. That's not the same.
Yeah, we were literally commerce.
Yeah,
in the South.
Right.
Yep. So it's a fact.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Without us, this country ain't shit.
No, there's that T-shirt that's out. I think it's Angela Rye made it or something like that. And it was like, we built this place for free.
I want that shirt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy that shirt.
Angela Rye, if you're ever in the Baltimore area, you should be on the show.
You
should definitely be on the show. I'm just saying.
I would love for you to be on the show.
Sit right here. Love you, girl. You so fun.
Hey, I ain't got no problem.
Just slide the seat No, so she's super smart and fucking hilarious.
I like how your voice.
Look, I'm not trying to be an asshole.
She's smart too, I guess. Whatever though.
Actually, what I like about her is that she's so attractive. And brilliant.
The fact that she's attractive is the icing on the top.
Yeah, it's a bonus. She also has no problem in sunning the shit out of racist white people on CNN any fucking time she feels like it. That's great. So at this point, I'm gonna quickly go through some stuff here because we're going a little long. We see Delacroix starts to get admiration, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're so great!" Blah blah blah. The show's so good, and all this other shit. At one point, Delacroix says Sloane is the help. He refers to her as the help, and of course, ain't no black woman accepting that shit. I like, nigga, you lucky she didn't stab you in the throat right then. So he fires her, and I made a little note, which I thought was kind of interesting, is Delacroix talks to his mother on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, I'm proud that you're doing so well, but the shit that you're doing is a cooning show, and I'm not okay with it." And as he's saying that in his office, if you notice, there's all these Pickaninny dolls and all this other shit around. There are more and more of them as the movie goes on.
Those were introduced because Sloan gave him one of those.
It was a Jolly Nigger Bank.
It was a Jolly Nigger, anyway, she gave it to him because he said, well, why do you have this? He said, well, it's a piece of art that reminds me of what we were treated as back in the day. And he just has them accumulated throughout. The more and more he sells out,
the more they show up. Now, here's an interesting little side note that a lot of people don't know. And I don't know if this particular thing is, but those like little dolls and shit are probably Spike Lee's. He collects them.
Really?
Yeah, he has a massive collection of these things for the reason that Jada Pinkett said. That those are his words. Yeah. So he keeps a collection of them. So and look, this is why this motherfucker's always angry, because he probably wakes up and sees a bunch of picking and he's eating watermelon. He's like, yeah, I got another movie to make. Bamboozled 2. Still boozled.
To a lawn jockey every day. Still boozled.
I'm not the best at making time. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing Still Boozled.
Fucking Bamboozled 2, Electric Boozled.
Shit is fire, son. It's gonna be good.
Oh man.
Throughout this part of the movie, you see him getting more fame and recognition. And at one point he says, I'm getting the fame and recognition that I deserved. Yeah. Fuck you, He-Man. Yeah,
he really kind of does always go with.
And
that's actually really weird and true.
And he goes, and you see him get awards from people. And he goes up on stage, and there are two instances where he receives awards. And this is Spike Lee making a comment about two actual award acceptance speeches done, one by Cuba Gooding Jr. when Cuba Gooding Jr. gets up to receive his Oscar for Best Supporting.
What?
Snow
Dogs?
Show me the money!
Yeah,
Jerry
I thought it was for Snow Dogs.
No.
Shut up, nigga.
No. What about Snow Dogs 2? It's a good movie.
And the other one where Delacroix goes up to this white guy.
It's Matthew Modine.
Right. And he's like, oh, I loved you in those movies that you are in, X, Y, and Z. He's like, I wasn't in those. Well, I'm sure if you were in those movies, you'd really be good in them. As a matter of fact, you take this award because I feel that you should have it, white man. Apparently, Ving Rhames did something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
And so because he says, I'm doing this, he sort of narrates, I'm doing this to always have work because then I'll be seen as the grateful nigga.
Right.
Which is funny because if Ving Rhames did that, it didn't work.
I think you're discounting the effect of the Arby's paycheck that he's getting.
No. No, I am not. Shouldn't have gave up that Emmy, dog. Should have kept it.
Was it an Emmy?
It was a Golden Globe.
For what?
Getting medieval.
Was it the movie where he was like a cross-dresser?
I don't know. It says this is a shot at Ving Rhames' Golden Globe victory in which he gave a teary-eyed kudos to Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon?
So,
nigga, you old, dog. You ain't gonna remember this Emmy. Jack Lemmon's dead now. Ving Rhames, you still working at Arby's. Get the fuck out of here. You should have kept that award. Look, this is like black people rushing to apologize for shit too fast, rushing to give white people our awards. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
I earned this shit.
Yeah, fuck. I'd have gotten up there and been like, fuck Jack Lemmon. Give me my goddamn award. Get medieval on your ass. Nah, get out of here. Can you imagine if I won an Oscar and I was like, here, Tom Cruise, you deserve this. Nigga, get out of my face. I'd go up there like Dave Chappelle, like, ooh, it burns right in your face. Like, can you feel it? Like, nah, man, I ain't giving up nothing. So, just quickly, in the background, when he's talking to his mother, this is one of those things where, like, I appreciate Spike Lee's, like, the attention to detail. He has a board game. It's Othello. Which I thought was clever. Like, if you don't know what that game is, you're one of two colors, you're black or white. But in order to win, you're trying to flip the other color. Like, if you're the black team, you're trying to flip all the other pieces to black. If you're white, the opposite.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool. And also that's probably also a callback to Othello the play too. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Then we cut to
all these white people make you go crazy, boy.
Yeah,
that's pretty much Othello.
Yeah,
that's Othello right there. That's Othello.
What?
A bunch of white people
slowly driving you insane.
Slowly driving you insane?
Probably, yeah.
Little did you know, Othello, the life and times of Terrence.
Yeah, they get on my damn nerves.
I get it.
They do.
I get it.
Sorry, white people that listen to the show. You guys are cool. You're the good ones.
you're the good
But, like...
You're a credit to your race.
Like the majority of y'all motherfuckers?
Nah, bruh.
I don't fuck with y'all.
That's fair.
I don't.
Look, like I said in the preview episode, white people don't exist. It's fine.
Yeah, y'all don't exist, so I can't fuck with somebody that don't exist anyway.
Nope. It's like God. Anyway, side note. To our Christian listeners, I'm offending tap dance fans, Charlie Baltimore fans, or Charlie Baltimore, which is the only fan, and then religious folks. Oh, white people don't exist. Who cares? So anyway,
I gotta fucking remember that.
Look, they don't. This is a historical fact. Okay, they don't exist. You made it up. How
do we still have a show?
I don't know, because it's free to do these. Because you can't stop it.
Because
right?
ain't no white people paying us to do it.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Build your own, people.
That's right.
Yeah. Say what the fuck you want.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Next up, audience. The audience, the live audience at the performance are all literally in blackface, and they are all referring to themselves as niggers, like white, black, and a Sicilian son of a bitch. Because he seemed a little too happy to say this shit. Latin woman, and they're all like, we're niggers. And it's all this, like, you wanted this idea of everybody coming together, but they're literally coming together to shit on black people, including other black people.
Right.
Like, that is a fucking horrible precedent. So just quickly to the end, at this point...
Mantan is like, fuck this.
Yeah, Mantan is like, fuck this. At this point... Womack has quit.
Womack quit a while ago.
Yeah, he was like, fuck that noise. Just for the sake of speed, I'm not going to play that clip. Actually, I have it, but I'm not going to worry about it. Mantan decides he doesn't want to do blackface. He comes out. He does a little fucking soft shoe, and he's like trying to like tell people like this shit is fucked up, and like you shouldn't be okay with it. They dragged his ass off.
Michael Rapaport in blackface.
Yeah.
I mean, that... Woo! Michael Rapaport in blackface has him carried out and thrown out of the building.
Yep.
Meanwhile, earlier in the movie, the Mau Mau's were so pissed that they're like, yo,
we gotta kill this.
We gotta kill this nigga because he's making us look foolish. So they find
look, I get it.
They find
like they're extreme, but I don't condone it, but I understand. I understand. Like, I can imagine, like, if this shit existed in real life, I can imagine me sitting at home being like,
yo, this nigga gotta die.
This nigga gotta die, dude. Like, you have to go. Like, you have to.
They find him, kidnap him, and they say that they're going to kill him publicly over the internet.
Yeah.
And since not everyone had the internet,
this is a weird moment.
The TV stations got appealed by the like Supreme Court or some bullshit to broadcast
it on
this murder on national television.
What kind of shitty world is that? Hey guys, we really want to see ISIS murder people. Oh, put it on fucking FX. That's insanity. So they do kill him on TV. They literally make him tap dance like a fucking Yosemite Sam thing. Like
they start shooting at his feet, tap dancing. And they just fucking blow his fucking. They just blow him away.
Yeah.
Like, well.
And he doesn't even get the chance. He was like, "Look, guys, I'm woke now. I'm woke. I understand." Like, nah, nigga, you might be woke now. You wasn't woke then.
And you about to be asleep,
right?
Like, forever. Yeah, that was fucked up. But they shot him. Then Sloan goes to see Pierre. Who is literally sitting in his apartment, depressed in blackface.
Well, right before that, Mantan dies, and the cops find the location of
the internet feed.
Right, the internet feed. The Mau Mau's. Now, keep in mind,
this shit is
Mau Mau's.
This shit is actually kind of funny.
This was very funny.
Yeah.
The Mau Mau's consist of like 8,000 niggas, light-skinned Charlie Baltimore, and a white guy. They come out, the police open fire on the Mau Mau's, and they kill everybody except the one that's 1/16th black.
MC Search.
Except the white guy. And he's like, why'd you kill me? Why'd you kill me? I'm black. I'm 1/16th black. And they just carry him off. Like, the shit was so funny. Like, that's just Spike Lee.
Just being an asshole.
Just being a dick.
Yeah. Like, they won't even kill a white man when he doing some fucked up shit. Like, no, they would have killed him too. But, like, okay, it's fine. So when Sloane goes to see Pierre, who's in blackface, surrounded by all these pickaninny dolls and shit, she has a gun. She's like frantic and fucked up because she had been dating Man Ray or Mantan, and she watched him be murdered, right?
Right.
And kidnapped and murdered.
And subsequently, her brother was murdered.
Right. Because the Mau Mau's are obviously run by Big Black Africa, a.k.a. Mos Def. Whose real name, by the way, Julius.
Yeah.
So there's Pierre, whose real name is Peerless.
Yeah.
Because he does not have any peers. There's Sloane, and there's Julius. I just found his name's curious. So she goes to his house, and she's distraught. And she has a gun, and she's like basically threatens to kill him. And he like tries to walk over to her, and she fucking puts 2 in his gut like right away. And she's like, "Oh, look what you made me do! I got to get the fuck out of here." And he bleeds out, and he dies. And the film ends with a series of clips from minstrel movies and shows.
Yeah, this was a tape that I think Sloane created.
Yeah,
Isn't it
was.
Like she made this tape and he never played it.
He wanted her to. She wanted him to watch that.
See how fucked up it was.
Right, because she realized that his brain was becoming normalized to this shit.
Yeah,
and that's a powerful tape, man. Like
Yeah,
that's
that
a powerful montage.
Yeah, it's fucked. You're like, whoa, like wow. Like, because, you see clips. Like, look, I don't sit around on a Saturday like, hey, what old minstrel fucking film can I find on YouTube? But, like, when you see it all laid out.
Yeah, on a 5-minute clip, it's like, I wanted to throw something in my fucking
TV,
man.
Yeah. No, it was a really powerful moment. And that's how he ends the movie. In case you didn't catch any of it in the other 2 hours, he's like, let me spell it out to you. White people are fucked up. And they are fucking our shit up. And that's fucked up. Good night, everybody. So, on that accord, we are going to get out of here. We ran a little long, but thank you for listening or watching. Again, if you're listening, make sure you go to our YouTube channel. You can watch full episodes at blackonblackcinema.com/YouTube, or you can just search for Black on Black Cinema when you go to YouTube. So, check that out and check out the other TMP Studios shows as well. So, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye.
We out.